As soon as I find... Is the map just a black square right now?
No.
Zoom out, and we're at the bottom,
I
basically.
found it, yeah. Good.
So,
Hold on. Start streaming. Go.
the crew of the Sorceress has spent about a week or so in Terrafex City getting their inn all set up or well on its way, and getting to know some of the locals, including a local thieves guild who they've done some work for, clearing out the sewers underneath there, and good to have friends in the neighborhood, so to speak, with them. And in addition to that, also doing or finding a strange school for I don't know how you'd say it.
Unique.
Ill people who don't quite fit in with the rest of society.
The X-Men.
And did some research, also shopping and so forth, as well as finally locating Reba, Grizzly's sister,
McIntyre,
who has now been wed to a local nobleman, and at which ceremony you sneak in and got Ramona the chance to speak with her and make sure everything was okay, and it seems to be for the moment. Meanwhile, Zig wooed the crowd, besting Sir Declan Seri in a 1v1 combat at the Rose Grounds. Since then, you're doing a favor for another local businessman, an ex-adventurer, Harrison Blacksteed, following up on a dungeon their party had previously explored in some earlier years, the Catacombs of the Conquered, he called it, and you set out and located this place, and are looking for the remains of one of his adventuring party from back in that time. And since then, you've gone down into the catacombs and discovered a number of the catacombs that were set with quite a few traps. You've been exploring the section here where there was a number of doors into rooms with sarcophagi, some disturbed and looted, others... Well, I guess we're not sure. You set off a number of traps, including a huge burst of noxious, poisonous gas that came out of the previous one. And also some sort of something invisible is stalking the party, but has since disappeared. And that's where we pick up.
And I used 2 of my bardic inspirations last time, right? I gave one to Zig. I gave one
And then
to
I think
someone
one to
else.
Eldak.
Eldak. That was
I
right.
feel like I didn't get one, but sure.
I'm saying I definitely did not. So
Okay, well then maybe it was just one. I just wanted to make sure because I forgot to mark it last week. So now I marked.
So whatever it was that was attacking seems to have retreated. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go look in the 2 sarcophagi that I pulled the lids off of.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch to my sword and shield.
Okay. Get the small buckler out on your arm, sword out in the other hand. Okay.
I'm gonna move
check
over.
this one out
While
first.
he's going to do that, I'm gonna move over here to keep an eye on this room just in case.
Are you gonna be looking inside?
No, well, I'm just sort of watching.
I'm just gonna put you there so it's showing. Not necessarily quite in the doorway.
Yeah. I basically want it to be there so that I can look in the room as well as sort of down the rest of the hall.
Okay.
Just in case.
Evan has disappeared from my sight.
Yeah,
it's a
you
little
guys
hard to
just
see all the way
do
down there. As that
well, so.
to the north slopes down to ground level out in the main area.
Yeah, well, that's fine. It's
Yeah.
more of if something comes into my general view, then
All
I'll
right.
at least have the possibility to potentially call it out.
Is where I'm standing, is that a wall behind me?
Yes.
I think it is.
Yeah,
So I've
I
got
need to
my
do a
back.
better job with the
So
not using
fine.
black lines for dynamic lighting. First lesson learned with dynamic
The
lighting.
more you know.
So
Not
those,
to mention, I can't see much anyway, so I've got my back to the wall, just kind of
Okay.
watching the area I can see.
All right,
Which-
Zig. Yeah, you're sort of behind you. There's some slits that look down over the area you were in before. Large, like arrow slits, Melusine, in the wall that peer down over that room, about 20 feet down, with the large statue in it.
okay. I'm gonna go check this.
Okay.
Looking over the side.
Okay, the lid is now scattered on the floor. You pulled the lid off. Inside, you see a mummified figure, wrapped in mummification wraps, quite ancient, laid out. Hands bound at the sides and legs all wrapped. It has tattered blue raiments and robes, sort of adorning its shoulders and sides. There's also an ancient mace laying by his side.
Okay. Is he just mummified? Like there's nothing. He's not like Egyptian.
No, not particularly. No, it doesn't look like there is some. Small boxes and things stacked in there with it that may hold something.
What's the mace look like? Is it in good shape?
It's ancient, but in good shape. It doesn't look especially fancy. It looks battle worn though, like it was used. An actual,
Not ornamental. Basically.
Yeah, not ornamental. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna leave the stuff here. Walk out.
Okay.
Anything in there?
Yeah, there's a mace and a bunch of little boxes around a mummy.
Okay.
It might be worth coming back to, but I already have a mace, so. And I'm gonna go check the other guy. I can't get out of this room, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trapped.
Or is this the other room?
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, I just all it went was from the one room that looks exactly like this to Eben being in the room. So I wasn't sure if I was in the other room or if it
Gotcha.
was...
Oh yeah, because you can't see the other people's light.
I'm keeping an eye on Zig. Just in case something happens.
peer over the edge of this as well.
So this again, the lid is sort of scattered on the floor from being dislodged. Inside, you see another mummified corpse, sort of turned on its side. A bunch of boxes and little jars and things similar to the ones in the other one, all have been opened and are laying, and this appears looted.
Wasn't this the one that had the bear thing on it?
Was this the one that had the bear on the lid? Yes.
Oh, that's been looted, huh?
Man surrounded by bears, two-handed sword, sarcophagus with something on top of it. Metal carving of a bear's face, facing up.
Yeah. This appears to have been looted. The boxes are open. The small jars are open on their side or cracked and broken. The mummy's sort of laying on its side.
Somebody
Say
looted it and then put the bear back on. Bastards. All right.
Yep.
He did say he cleared the first floor.
Yeah, but he didn't. We already know that.
Would you like some help there?
Thank you.
A little bit. A little bit.
Tempted by that mace. All the other crap in the other one.
Do we want to close it, and then we could always try to open it when we're leaving here?
Why?
I mean-
Who else is down here?
We can open it, no problem. It's just. Yeah, I mean, let's go. I'm gonna go grab this mace. Whatever. I'm getting it.
Okay.
This stupid little ghost attacked me. I'm gonna steal all his crap.
Well, check the boxes while you're there then.
Yeah, I am.
Do it all at once.
I'm gonna rummage through the boxes first.
Okay.
I'm at the doorway again,
I-
keeping an
I
eye
tell
on
The
her.
girl who's not going in the room.
If I start yelling, it means that thing's back.
You stand watch in the doorway.
Yeah.
You start rummaging through the boxes and little jars and so forth in there. There is, you come up with a 300 gold pieces.
It's all mine.
And a small one of the boxes has a set of 3 small golden jeweled figurines that are sort of just humanoid, human shaped, not humanoid, human shaped. Little statues,
Oh,
it's like
little
3 or 4 inches tall.
Like someone would be interested in the group.
They're worth 150 gold pieces each.
Our little trinket collector.
Yeah, I'll collect it and then sell it because it's gold.
All right, I'm gonna pick up the mace.
And you grab the mace as well. It's got a heavy weight to it, large flanged head, thick leather grip that could probably use some oiling and care, but it's still a sturdy mace. Some of the flanges are nicked and a little bit, just slightly chipped and dented from use.
Everything clear in there, Zig?
Yeah. Should I burn the mummy?
No. Leave
Probably
it.
not.
Close the
I could
lid.
burn the mummy. All right, I can close the lid.
Unless you want to negotiate with ghosts again, I don't know.
I can. Hey, the last one went pretty well. I can close the
No, I'm just saying.
lid. I'll go pick up the lid.
If I
All right,
back
pretty
in.
rosy,
give me
I
a strength
figure out-
check.
Sure.
You try to get it up there. The lid is, so long. It's just too long and weighty to really heave it all up by yourself. Because it's, a good 8 to 10 foot long and stonework on it.
I tried. Turn around and leave.
Okay.
I'm done.
The lid's too heavy. Screw it.
For you, that's the surprise.
Yeah. Didn't you just pull 2 of them?
I did. That one's heavier, apparently.
Well, he pulled them off and slid them off. Now he's, trying to lift it,
Yeah.
get it back on.
It's not worth the effort. Let's go.
Alright, I gotta keep up. But not too close where everybody else can.
You have light, right? Aren't you? You got light going right now?
Yeah, I got my light going, but
You
if
just don't
you
want to
guys
lose.
can't, then yeah.
Everyone, run!
Did that last time. I was like, where the hell did everybody go? See, they done it again. Nope. Down here.
I'm moving him outside the secret door. Oh, you moved yourself back.
Sorry.
Oh, You moved yourself back again.
Get out of here.
So you exit back out down the angled slope passageway down to the concealed door that's tilted inward, and you slip back out into the hallway.
We still have the remains of the guy, so we can leave at any time.
That was not the guy.
Prove it.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
normal people bones.
I thought the guy was a halfling. Isn't that like regular size? No.
The stall, alright? Maybe he had a big head. I don't know.
Ooh.
Oh, you mean like you? Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
Everything about me's big.
Even your
I'll
ego.
pass on finding out.
Everything.
Especially your ego.
Especially my ego.
This is true.
I call my penis ego.
I
Canon.
did not hear that.
Damn it. Alright, so it's
I'm checking. I was gonna say, can I be checking the walls for traps?
Yeah.
alright, go ahead and make a
Or people are like moving.
yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yes. 20. Oh, 22 for Elda.
Okay.
15 for me.
Okay. It turns down this long hallway that appears to go down. Near the end of your vision, it looks to open up. The floor appears to possibly lower down up there.
Up in front of us.
Yeah. You can see it sort of opening up into a chamber there. And you can see there at the edge of the end of the hallway there. At this juncture, the hallway ends in sort of a semicircular chamber without a floor at all. At the entry, a thin Eben, you're up there. You notice right in front of Zig, he's standing between two ends of a broken tripwire.
Dear we beloved, we are gathered here. That's Princess.
Yes.
And Eldak also searching as you bring up closer to the back. You notice some discoloration to the stone, an oddity of the pattern of the stonework on the directly to your east, like to your left.
What kind of discoloration?
As you inspect it closer, they've already passed by and you're sort of checking it. It just seems to be different color than the surrounding walls, just slightly different. As Melicine's light, is shining from behind you, you get a better look than they had, maybe passing it with dark vision. And make it an investigation check with advantage.
$20.
Yeah, so quickly you notice that the discoloration is in a line, a vertical line, and you think you've discovered another concealed door here.
Oh.
No handle or leverage to open it, but similar to the other ones you saw earlier.
Can I try to push on it to just open?
Yep, it's actually a little bit further forward. It's like up here.
Okay.
Yeah, strength check.
Oh, these are great. Better than a +0.
Me too.
Hey, a 10. That's higher than I usually do. Can't open this door, I'm assuming.
No, it's enough. You kind of pushing it. It's like you feel the stone grind just a little bit. Then you lay your shoulder to impress, and it kind of grinds. And you guys hear the grinding of stone. Look back and see Eldak swiveling out another pivoting concealed door there. I just put you there so you can see.
He just vanished into the darkness. Quick, after him. It's like Scooby-Doo. Watch it just swivel all the way around 100 or
Yeah,
360
turn
degrees.
around, we're like, huh? Held that?
What?
Held that?
Yeah, leaned against
As you
the wall.
push the secret door open, it sort of rotates to allow entry. After this grinding of stone, you suddenly hear the sound of sort of metal on stone and like a clicking, deep, heavy clicking. A long stairway goes down on one side of this room. This is a very tall stairwell. The stairs go down on one side of the room. The other side is open. And they go down. It's about
Is the metal clicking the stairs coming into place?
it's about 40 foot down. It's sort of a steeply descending stairwell.
Do we hear the metal clicking out in the hallway?
You've heard a faint, sort of metal on stone and like a.
Guys, come in.
Sure.
I found our way down.
Okay.
I follow.
Okay.
I will cautiously be the last one in with the light.
We don't need no stinking light.
I do. Because I was blind.
Damn Hume.
Wow.
Just turns out we're
Cue
the
me.
ones who are really racist.
That sounded kind of like a slur. Hume.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Who knows?
So there's about a 10 by 10, flat, sort of landing at the top of these stairs. You're sort of looking down these steeply descending stairs.
Well, down we go.
Might want to check the stairs first.
Or not.
What am I checking them for?
So that they don't
Fall out
either
from
have
underneath you and kill ya?
the saw blade traps we've dealt with, or
Make a.
drop.
You take a couple steps down and they convince you, and what am I searching for? And you take a better look down there in the dark, and now with Melusines light in here, you can see at the bottom of the stairs, like not the bottom below you, like at the foot, but off to your left, off the side in the open thing. There appears to be a bunch of metal spikes sticking out of the floor.
That's fun.
Sort of, you know what I mean?
So
like
directly left, like it's all off Spike Pit, like everything.
yeah.
Can I like go to the edge of these stairs and like look underneath to see if there's spikes like underneath the stairs as well?
Yeah, make a perception check.
And that was the end of surprise.
Okay.
20. Nice.
20.
Yeah, actually looking down, it looks like the stairs, the stonework that you're on, doesn't quite reach the floor completely. There seems to be a recess below where you're standing about 30 foot down, and you can't really see below it. But you think the spikes may extend over into there as well.
Okay. Yeah, so these stairs could cut away at any time, and I could fall into spikes.
Yeah. Does the place where we are standing seems like it's sturdy, like not like the stairs?
Yes. I mean, it all
Out
looks
of the
sturdy, but
wall.
yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it
You know what I
is.
mean, like it looks like it basically doesn't go in or collapse.
From your vantage down there, Zig, it looks like they're standing on about 10 foot of stone, and it looks recessed beneath there as well. It looks like. Hold on, let me just see. Yeah, it looks like it may open up into a larger area, like underneath the hallway you just came out of.
Yeah, so everything here is a standing platform, so everything could fall.
Walk with caution. Big guy can go fast.
Probably how the halfling fell.
Down
and
here, do I see
That's true.
anything like?
So he fell down
Are
the
there
shaft.
spikes over here where the stairways?
No, it looks like down there's, the floor, it kind of goes down to the floor. It doesn't appear to be spikes over there on that end.
Cautiously step on the next step.
Boom, boom. You take a step down to the next stair.
Next stair.
Okay. You keep.
And then I'm gonna try to jump all the way down.
Okay. Jumping, you can jump. Standing jump?
Yeah, I figure it's descending as well, so I might be able to get a little bit further, but
I can never remember these rules. See under movement. Why don't you just tell me here since I looked up jumping?
Look, that would be too easy.
Maybe two. I'm gonna remember this. It's like +1 for every your strength advantage. I think it's like an. You can cover a distance equal to your strength score if you move at least 10 foot before the jump. But if standing, you can move half that. So you can jump about.
so like to there.
Yeah, you can jump like 10 feet from you can
Ow.
standing jump 10 feet in your adamantine plate mail.
Seems legit.
Sounds impressive.
Magic.
I am gonna have you make a acrobatics check as you land, because you're leaping down a steep stairwell.
15.
You sort of kind of stumble to one knee and slam. There's clanking of metal on the floor and stuff, but you don't injure yourself in any way. Then you get up, the armor,
Shit, Zig, be more
blocking any
careful.
real damage.
Give me a scare like that.
Stairs are safe halfway down. I don't know about the bottom half. You guys have fun.
From this vantage point, you can see that it does open up into some hallway back to the west. Underneath, it goes back out into some hallway beneath the other hallway.
It's a dead end over here, or whatever. This is just this room.
Yes.
Is just this room.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, like back over here.
Okay, Hans. I'm gonna go next.
Okay.
But what I want to do first, right? I want to attach whatever string or rope I have in my pack
Okay.
around the bag of ball bearings I have,
Okay.
and I'm gonna walk the bag down the stairs before I take a step on each step.
Okay. I like it. Okay, so stepping down, dropping some weight on each step in front of you.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty ingenious. Oh, I just lost you. There you are.
He's there now.
You make it down to about where Zig jumped, and a few more stairs, dropping the weight with the metal, muffled metal in the sack, slamming each one. As soon as you drop it on that one, you hear like a click of like have triggered some sort of pressure plate, and feel a moment of success, like, ha, I knew this was ingenious, which it was, so I feel really bad. But the entire stairwell itself begins to move and shift back into the wall.
Shit, get down!
I can't
Get down there fast!
Can I run?
Yeah.
Can I run over, like, underneath him? So if he falls, I can grab him?
Yeah, okay.
Can I jump
And you
into
can make
his arms, I guess?
Well, he's sort of he disappears outside below. You can make a dexterity save. Basically, how are you going to try to leap? You can
I'm just going to leap towards Zig, I guess.
just leap towards safety. Momentary, immediate reaction. Go ahead and make a dex save.
Is our ledge up top moving as well?
No.
Okay.
Eldak just immediately, in a reaction, looks for somewhere to go and leaps towards the running Zig, arms outstretched below, and you make a strength check, Zig, as he slams and catches into you.
Strength save or strength check?
Strength
Just making sure.
check.
I'm not very heavy.
Yeah, he catches you without even sort of falling or anything, and you don't take any damage.
Sweet.
Damsel in distress.
Yeah, I was gonna give you half save, but that's basically a made saving throw, and plus you have evasion.
Yeah.
So you leap down. As you look up, though, you see actually what has happened is the stairwell has recessed in, and the stairwell has protruded from the other side, and now there's a stairwell going down the other side of the room. And you guys are at the bottom.
And
You're welcome?
can we get to the other side, or is that a jump?
Moving you guys
over to the
down a
other
little
side?
bit. You two are gonna have to scroll your map down. Actually, I'm gonna move everybody down.
Oh, okay.
You guys are actually up above, but
Mm-hmm.
Can't see anything.
you gotta scroll
Scroll
down.
down.
Oh, way down. Okay.
Directly below us, yeah.
Zig, be careful. Zig, don't jump.
I didn't say don't jump. I just said, Jesus, don't give me a heart attack. Excuse me. Lala, don't give me a heart attack.
Lola?
I don't know. I
Hello.
don't know that.
LLL.
I'm not a very religious person. I don't know their names. Can't even remember the healing one that we've talked to a million times.
Anduin?
Andione. Andione.
So
Alzheimer.
you sort of
So-
the spikes are far enough apart where you guys walking on the floor can sort of squeeze around them without too much risk.
That's good.
How,
Evan, you got any rope that we can tie off somewhere and shimmy down instead of trying to jump down this stupid thing?
Why? Afraid of hurting your leg?
No, I'm afraid you're gonna hurt your legs.
Really? I jump off.
It's a bit of a fall.
No. I brought that grappling hook, so can I?
Yep.
Does there look like any place I could potentially hook it onto or wedge it into? Including,
Yeah,
like,
the around the
wall or whatever?
around the concealed door certainly there's places to wedge it into.
So I'll do that.
Okay.
And then, how far down?
It's about 40 feet.
So would the one rope 50 feet do it? Then?
Yep, just about enough. It's just about enough to get close to touching the floor.
That's fine then. It doesn't need to, be all the way down.
Okay. You shimmy down the rope. And you both arrive at the bottom there, climbing down the rope.
You saying hi to Ava, Heather?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. She doesn't have ligaments.
All right.
Okay, so we're all down now?
Yep, you're all down. You guys climb down the rope. Nothing else happens. You can see that this enters into. This is the bottom of this, the circular, semicircular shaft area that you saw from above. At the bottom of the shaft, a passageway runs out to the north, and you're actually standing in that, and you can see a door there to the north. A large, heavy door that's closed. At the bottom of the shaft, lying in a heap amongst some rubble is a small, tattered skeleton with tattered remains of some clothing and armor.
That's
More likely to be our
yup.
friend.
Hey, we found the little asshole.
And what position is he in? Like the corpse?
Sort of laying, kind of twisted at odd angles. Actually, go ahead and make a perception, or you can go check it out. I don't know where you're at.
Yeah, I'll move up to it. Perception or investigation?
Investigation. If you're going up close to it.
I'm sort of trying to figure out if it looks like he fell or was potentially like pushed. You know what I mean?
Right.
He would sort of.
It's actually hard to tell when you get closer. Yeah, it's sort of crumpled, and arms and legs are akimbo at sort of odd and strange angles, and you can see the clothing and leather armor is torn and ripped, and a number of the bones appear to be missing completely. There is a skull, however.
I was gonna say, do any of the leftover bones look like they have any either like claw or teeth marks?
What's your investigation check?
It was.
Yes. Yes, they do. Definite. Looks like scoring from teeth on some of the bones. You in fact find one of the leg bones scattered off to the side. Markings of teeth on it.
Are they big or small? Like, I guess the divots it made. On the bone, do they look?
That's a relative question, I suppose.
Yeah. How about, could I do a nature check to see if
Sure.
I could figure out something I may know or something I could
Yeah, sure.
comparatively, like, these are similar size to a bear or similar
Sure.
size to a wolf,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
Similar size to a gigantic rat.
Hey, you never know. 14.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger than a small animal or vermin. It's something large, not an animal's tooth that you recognize. There's long scoring where you can tell there's some sort of sharper canines, but then flatter marks where the bone has been crushed too. Something humanoid, human-sized, I guess. Not that I'm saying a human did it, but and the teeth markings are something less than, I don't know. There's different kinds of teeth depends on how the animals hunt. This
Yeah.
appears to have some molars at least, but some sort of sharp front teeth as well.
Is this all that there is to this area? Is there, do I see
Yeah,
any
it seems to
other
be a
doorways?
shaft. There's little bits of rubble scattered about.
All right, when I see the remains there, I take the skull out of my head bag and I just crush it against the wall.
Okay. Replace it.
But it could have been that one.
It would have been if we didn't find anything else.
That's a fair point.
All
So
right.
there's no other ways out or in. From
There's a
here.
door,
Hell.
not in the circular area. There's a door to the north
Okay.
where you came in out of the stairway area.
So we can leave, or we can keep going.
I say we cast Tiny Hut and I can get a rest.
Well, I could cast Tiny Hut once, but I've only got 1/3 level spell left until I sleep.
Which, if you cast the Tiny Hut, get your spells back.
That's true.
Just saying.
How long
I'm
have
gonna-
we been in here?
I'm
Like,
gonna investigate the body, see if
Yeah,
what he
yeah.
has on him.
You haven't been in here too long. An hour
Few hours.
or an hour or two.
Okay.
Long enough to
Take a
get beat
short
up
rest.
by a ghost or something. That's all I know.
Yeah, by
Certainly
me.
take
On the
short
remains, there doesn't appear to be much left. There's a few remains of pouches, a torn wineskin. Nothing of value.
I'm trying to
Find
find something that.
a
I wasn't
few.
necessarily. I'm basically looking for something that. I guess
Like a
would
mark
be
that would notify.
yeah, significant. Yeah, that where if I showed this thing to Harrison, he would know that it's
No,
the
the
eye versus.
container thing, the rip.
Yeah, there's a few. Not a complete set, but a few remaining thieves' tools in a little leather pouch. But no insignias or anything.
Those.
Take those.
Nothing that, he would, I guess, be able to identify. To that way it's not like we brought a skull or this is totally your friend.
How many lockpicks do you have, David?
I think only 10.
A set has 10.
Well, that's what I mean. I think I only have a set.
Okay.
Because 2 of them I have in my braids. In my hair, like my hidden ones.
Because I have 14
I've got
lockpicks
tucked in
left.
there. So you
I'm
could
just
take
gonna
these.
snatch these. Too late. I took them.
Damn.
They're mine.
I ain't teaching you how to do it.
I have a really great sense of perception. I can pick that
I
up.
don't mean shit.
She doesn't have a really good sense.
I was waiting for that.
She'll be using the other sides of the lockpick and be like, why does this
Why
not work?
isn't it
Like, because you didn't turn it around.
Why can't I hook it? Oh, the hooks are supposed to go inside.
But how
They're not
many are on
handled.
there, Hans?
There is a number of small implements with one that has a little like hooked point, another one has like a little several knobs on it. It's not a complete set. If you wanted to use it to try to pick a lock, you could try with it, probably at a disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay.
Fuck that, I don't want those then.
And there's not any other tools that might be used for dealing with traps or
Yeah, but
anything.
you had the other stuff, so you wouldn't fall into the same thing.
Yeah, it would
maybe.
just give me an extra number of whatever.
You're a thief. You can snitch them off me at some point.
I might.
But in the
Hard
You
to
won't
say.
ever know.
I will when I like go to use them and be like, dude, you stole my shit. No. I probably would be clueless.
Or you just lost them.
could be. Alright, so are we taking a short rest here? Or are we going to continue?
Yes.
I don't know. Are you guys taking a short rest?
I don't, well, it doesn't help me
I don't
any,
need
but
to
it helps
rest.
the,
so.
it helps the,
I don't either.
okay, just helps that one then.
I need it.
You need it for your spells too, but
It does, short rests don't help my spells. Only
exactly.
rest. But it would do.
So are we taking a short rest then?
Zig, do you need a rest?
Yes. I'm gonna get my hit points back if possible.
Then we're taking a short rest. I will play.
I was
my
gonna
food
say, can we
very quiet.
move then over, or have the majority move by, I guess, the door? I don't necessarily want us to hang out here.
Right next
What's
to
wrong with here?
dead guy.
What's wrong with that?
Look, you could rest wherever you want, but I'm gonna kind of keep an eye out. If
Fine, I
something
will
was
play
gnawing
my-
on his body, and I
Right, so
can't
I'll play
my
necessarily
flute.
identify it.
So Zig, you get an extra 1d6 back with.
Okay,
when
so-
you-
You take a short rest, drink some water, snack, a few rations, and bind your wounds. You can use your hit dice. And
I'm
get a
gonna
bonus
keep watch
1d6.
this entire time where.
I mean, I guess I'll use it just because I'm not at full health. That's exactly as much as I needed.
Yay! We did it.
A 1.
And you gotta.
Hey, Melson, is
Yeah,
the,
just say you gotta.
is the
yeah,
stone still warm?
Yes.
I'm back.
Okay.
Back to full. Short rests. Get my second wind back.
I think
I-
so.
I
Your
think it
second
does as well.
wind.
Yes, he
Yep,
does.
it
He
does.
gets all his stuff like that back.
Yeah, I think we looked this up last time, actually.
Yep, it
Okay.
does. It's in my bio.
Yeah.
That's marked.
How about your action surge?
I
That's
never
long
used it.
rest.
Short rest.
Yeah.
Short rest.
Is it?
All of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why fighters are stronger. They don't necessarily need, to get all their spells. They
wait.
can rest up, regain their hit points, and be back good to go. All right, so you take a brief rest, just briefly under an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
Gather
I'm sort of
yourselves.
looking through the rest of this room. In this room, Hans, if I look straight up, how far is the ceiling?
It's a good. You can't see high enough up in the dark to tell. It appears to extend up. Well, I guess I said 40 feet. So, I guess 40 feet up, you see the ledge above you, and then it goes up to the ceiling above there.
Alright, I'm just gonna take a single shot straight, well, not straight up, so that it comes back down on me, but you know what I mean. Yeah, just to sort of
Okay.
see how far it travels, that type of thing.
Yeah, it seems to
Past
go up and hit the
ledge,
ceiling,
basically.
as you expect, above the ledge where you guys were up above there.
And you said there's a door, basically.
Yeah,
over
this
here?
is the door that you're resting by right there.
Does the door have like any marks on it, like similar or anything like the ones I saw on the bones?
No. Well, actually, make a perception check, I guess. See if you notice anything about the door. It's heavy, ancient oak door reinforced with metal.
14.
And it's like a double door that opens up. It's not. It's mostly closed. It doesn't appear to be locked. There are a few marks. It almost looks like claw marks on the door. Not like scratching at it, but like having opened and closed this door.
Hmm. Okay. I like pointed out, let them, to the group that there's marks on the door and
It helps you
Some-
rest
the little
during your
one on-
short rests quite a bit, knowing that there's those claw marks right on that door.
For whatever reason, clicking the link just didn't work. I had to type in the two.
I wonder if it's because it's a HTTPS and it's not really HTTPS. I don't know.
I didn't try it this time. I just
Because I clicked it and it's like, people are trying to steal your identity. Privacy bad.
Oh, it came up with a certificate warning. This site's
clicked it,
interesting.
That is weird. All right. Well, if we're done with our short rest,
Yep.
or
we taking this thing's head, this guy's head. That's the plan.
Didn't he want a majority of his remains, not just his
I
head?
don't know.
I thought it
Well, I
was
don't
just
know.
his head. He just wanted head.
Don't we all?
We're gonna take it all. I can carry it.
Okay,
Big
you
deal.
grab as many of the bones as you can and stuff them in the head bag with the skull.
It's another streaming site that has a different layout options. It actually seems to work a little bit better than the multi-twitch.
Hey, you are not coming up on my keyboard.
Are you using something else?
I have them both up actually, but this is the one that my mod bot that I have working. It has a multi-stream option, and it points you to that site, not the multi-twitch. Anyhow,
I clicked that one too and it just doesn't want to do it.
All right, so
Alright.
gonna leave the way you came, or
No, it's not
Can
open
we
this
leave
damn
the way
door.
we came? The stairs go up the wrong side. We have to hop.
The rope's
Just-
still
the
there.
rope's still hanging there by a
Wow.
grappling hook.
Airhead.
Oh, it's because the KB
What?
mod.
There's a rope there.
So you got down. Wow.
All right, so you
It was a short
crack
rest.
open the heavy doors, and you're looking down a long hallway.
I like the multi-stream better. That's the one I'm used to using.
Yeah, with the different layouts for the chat and everything. Yep. Okay. I'm going
Mark
to.
has been a potato 5 times. 12 times. I can't read.
Say it's a lot more than 5. I'm gonna investigate this hallway, make sure there's nothing.
Okay.
screwed.
Go ahead and make a
There's a hallway there.
Perception.
make a perception as you're scanning it and checking along for anything
For
unusual.
traps.
Okay.
Still.
All right.
Perception, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Natural 20.
Damn.
Boom. Okay.
Boom, boom,
Oh,
boom.
that's all.
26 total.
All right. You don't see anything unusual from your vantage point here, and I'll assume you keep checking as you proceed.
I have my hand in my pouch, just kind of twirling the warm rock in my fingers.
Just a
Oh, yeah,
dusty
the warm
hallway
rock.
or anything. Like are
Um,
there track marks from like what might have eaten or been gnawing on the bones, or
It's actually not too dusty. There's not a lot of air flow and things down here. It's mostly just, cold stone. There seems to be some scuff marks and so forth. It doesn't look... Something has traveled through here, probably. It goes down to a corner down there. And when you get to the corner, the hallway ahead opens up on either side into what looks like to be small antechambers. You can see bones and refuse scattered about in the area between. And the smell of something kind of foul and rotten becomes obvious to you. It looks like it continues on to a larger chamber or something beyond.
Is it a smell that I'm used to?
Not in particular.
Okay.
Like the stench of
Is it manure-y, sulfur-y?
I was thinking of like the dangers.
No, it doesn't. I mean, having fought a number of undead and faced ghouls and ghasts, no, it's nothing necessarily like that. It smells more like just stench of sort of rotting flesh.
Dead and decayed.
Yeah, but like just and feces mixed with like feces and sort of tangy, sweaty smell of like a lived-in hovel.
Yuck. Well,
And Ziggs be used to these smells.
you would think.
Yeah, it smells like the head bag.
Death and decay.
It smells just like your head bag.
All right. So it is a smell I'm familiar with.
A little bit of feces, a little bit of blood, a little bit of dead body rotting. Should be something you're really familiar with.
Oh, demand.
Oh, look, there's a hallway up ahead. I can see now that I moved.
Alright. I'm gonna very carefully look around the corners of this.
Okay.
Just put my head around. See any markings on the walls or
It looks like a peek quickly around. It's just 10 by 10 area on either side. Some sort of antechamber or cloister room ahead of this larger chamber. It looks to be a lot of there's bones strewn a bit around. Some of them older, some of them with fresher little just flecks of little bits of meat on them. There's piles of dung and other just discarded, torn cloth and things in here. But nothing is
So-
moving.
they're full of bones, huh?
Not
Right.
full, I mean, yeah, but there's quite a few scattered around. Hi, cat.
I'm gonna walk over and just sort of take the gar out and just sort of shuffle through them just to see if they're fresher or do they look like really old
They're-
bones?
No, some of them have chunks of meat that are fresher on them. Some of them are older and stripped clean. There are definite tooth marks on the bones.
All right.
How high
Um,
is the ceiling in these rooms?
Like 10 foot.
Okay.
Just
I
10
sort of-
foot.
basically,
high hallway.
I make sure to sort of glance up just in case and just have things sort of drop on us. Or drop on Zig.
True. Eben, your sharp hearing catches something from the chamber beyond to the east. Sort of some sort of scraping and then like a crack and crunch.
I
Something eating.
whisper ahead of us. I can hear it or hear something. I'm gonna move up. I want to stealth up.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna stealth
stealthing.
up as well.
Okay, stealth rolls. Hi, Oscar.
I'm a little afraid to do that because if I turn off my light, I see shit.
21.
8.
Okay.
Basically, I move up to just the edge essentially.
Okay. And Zig, you
And
move
then
up there as well.
behind me, a clang.
As you approach up there, sticking to the edge of the walls in the dark, and stealthing
I'm just not
up
very
there.
stealthy. They're going. I'm like.
You see, let's see.
Spike.
There's a large chamber that opens up in a sort of roughly hexagonal shape. On the far side, there's on the east side, on the far side, there's another one of the secret passageways. The revolving doors that's tilted and broken off of its hinges completely, and leads to some other chamber beyond. In front of the dark opening, two hulking figures, possibly 9 or 10 feet tall, sit hunched over the partial corpse of a horse. You can hear the crunch of bones as they're feeding on it. Their rubbery skin is mottled gray and green, and their arms end in long, dangerous-looking claws.
Giants, ogres. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them. Sure. They look like something from Attack on Titan.
How tall
Oh,
again?
no, I can't
Real
see
quick.
Yeah, you can't see from here, Melusine. You're back where the light isn't quite reaching.
Yeah.
How tall did you say you were?
Almost 10 foot tall. And they're hunched over, and then they're
Okay.
crunching, ripping portions of this horse and biting its flesh and stripping flesh off the rib bones. And then one hears the clank, and their heads turn and look at the chamber. And roll for initiative.
Living
Yeah.
the dream. Living the dream, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah! I got a 5.
It's okay if it's 13.
No, apparently I got a 13. What?
Yeah, I saw 9.
It's alright. On my thing,
I clicked it once.
it shows if I had a natural 20. So in true fashion, none of it counts.
Yeah, it's the 16 plus 4 on there. All right. Eben, you are the first act. Melusine, you're also hearing some noise up there. You're also ready to act. But Eben's first.
Yeah, because dexterity.
We have the same dex.
You have a
Do we?
4?
You have +4?
We both have 4.
Oh.
It
Like,
decided
we're-
it. I let the
closer
thing
and
decide. It decided Eben was higher. I don't know.
Well, you're closer to the action anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, you getting closer could be important before I do something. So that's why I act.
I don't want to move yet anyway because would bring the light in and it would destroy your stuff.
The light doesn't matter.
You would have
already-
heard big clang
Okay.
as you watched us try to move up stealthy. Unless you weren't paying attention, which is totally in character.
basically,
What?
as soon as these 2 things turned around and looked at us, I would have been like, "Oh shit, get ready."
Yeah, that's exactly why I have I'm just gonna hold my attack for when they get. What I'm guessing is they'll push up onto me. I have my shield and my sword still out, so I'm just gonna hold sort of I look at Zig and sort of essentially hold the hallway. Let them come to us. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna hold my action.
You have your sword and shield out, and you're just gonna hold.
Okay, I use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark that one,
Okay.
and then I'm holding my actual action for if it gets close.
Okay.
Then I will attack.
A Melusine.
Fuck. Okay, well I pull out my bow. We'll see how good I do with this thing.
Well, remember, you can't see from where you're at. So.
Yeah, I know, but you guys are telling me shit. So,
Like I said, you would have heard the clang, and you would have seen us all just abruptly stop.
Yeah, you can hear weapons being drawn, and
can't see anything, but I'm not quite ready to.
There, you can see them bracing in the hallway. Eben standing with his shield up and sword ready to block the hallway from there.
All right. I'm going to. Shit. I'm going to cast a bardic inspiration on Zig.
Okay. Zig, you are inspired.
Hooray!
Anything else?
No, that's it for now. Just holding my movement until I.
You can't hold movement.
You can't hold your movement. You already moved a few.
No.
My action, holding my action until I can see something, or it's my turn again.
What are you going to do if you see something?
If I see a monster, I'm going to shoot it with my bow.
Okay. Zig.
Seeing Eben next to me pull out his shield and sort of brace himself, I do the same thing. Just
Okay.
Get Jaguar's Maul in one hand and get my shield out and just sort of block the hallway so that when these things come at us, they aren't getting through.
Okay. All right.
And then just wait.
Eldak.
I'm not going up to those fucking things. Hold on.
Guys, excuse
They're
me,
too
guys.
far away for me to shoot them.
You would get past two dudes holding shields. Excuse me, guys. I need to get by. Excuse me.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Guys.
Can you lift the shield a little bit? Thanks.
Well, I'd say you would let him by. It count as like difficult terrain for that area, but
That's funny, yeah.
What is my range?
With what?
For the dualies,
I could take it at disadvantage,
60?
which would just be normal. Yeah, I'll hold. I'll shoot them when they get closer.
okay. They do indeed rush directly at the hallway, clawing over the horse and charging up to the hallway. Go ahead and make your strikes as you.
In my head, I'm like, I'm glad we didn't take horse.
I was thinking that, but I didn't say it because I knew I couldn't see the horse.
I'm like, in my head,
Alright.
I'm like, yeah, I'm glad we didn't take more horses.
Who's taking
It's
their
all
strikes?
at once. It's all at once. Right?
Wow, that was trash.
If anything, I would say the order would just be similar to the actual turn order, where it's like, I would technically be hitting first.
That would be my first, which I'm sure
Damn.
24 hits.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
24
If it doesn't,
hits.
We're in trouble.
12 misses.
And then my second shot.
Heather's like, I'm a motherfucking ranger.
That's also a hit.
I'm a bard. You can pick up anything, any weapon.
Jack of
Pretty
all
much.
trades.
Yep. So 15 points total.
Which one were you attacking?
The one near Eben. The one on the
The
bottom.
Right.
lower one.
Okay.
Yeah, the lower one.
Well, actually,
Unless I can see the other better. I want to aim between the two of
one
them.
sec. Just refresh my memory of a rule real quick.
He leans out of camera.
My camera has like this tiny little area. I have to just sit here like this. I can't like lean to look at anything.
No movement for you.
I'm trying to just quick check on. I can't find it in there. Let's look on here.
What are you looking for?
Cover rules. Make sure I have it right. Because
They
she's
probably
firing
get
between
increased-
people there.
Yeah, they probably get an increased.
I should have these. Some of these rules I should have memorized by now.
They probably get an increase.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So yeah, it's still the 18 still hits,
Okay.
giving them half cover, and so that's +2. All right. So you do a total of 15 points. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Two longbow arrows streak over your shoulder, Eben, and thud into its its sort of right arm and shoulder. It's, thick rubbery skin. How about you, Eben and Zig? You take your attacks. Go ahead.
11 for the first one.
That is a miss.
Miss.
17 for the second one.
Oh, that's a hit. That 17 is a hit. 9 is a miss.
Oh.
It was on 20, and it was like,
Yeah.
11 to the guy on the left, so one by
Okay.
closest to Zig.
oh, D10, man.
It's because it's two-handed.
Yeah, it rolled a D8 though. I'm just making sure it won't die.
Gotcha.
Okay, so 12 points.
One in
Okay.
front of me.
Okay. A flurry of blows strike it as well. Arrows streaking over and hitting them. They rush at you, clashing into your shields. Claws just flailing out. It's just a wall of huge claws trying to grip and reach by your shield, and heads lowering down for gnashing teeth and bites. Zig. Let's
Brother, they're
see.
fucking hunters from Resident Evil.
Oh yeah.
God damn it. God damn it.
They posted Zig.
These,
Or
well,
Zig.
I haven't only gotten to there, and
Well, that's
Oh.
one of
Hold on.
them, basically.
I gotcha.
I'm gonna be adding.
No,
my
hold on.
inspiration to
Hold
this.
on. Yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
I screwed it up. I didn't do something on these I knew I was supposed to do, and I should have remembered. I didn't do something that. There's something about when you create the monsters from the thing that it puts a multi-attack on there. Unless you take it off there, it like screws up the order of like the macros. I don't know how to explain it. So you gotta go again. You get a lucky go again because one of those is not a bite. Okay. So one bite hits you and two claws miss you.
Hold on. I'm gonna throw my inspiration on there to see if that bites.
Okay.
Nope, it hits.
Okay. That adds 4 to your armor class. So yeah.
Yeah, 4. 24.
You take 8 points as his teeth, claws just smashing at your shield, reach by and grabbing by and biting you. Let's see. Eben.
Hit.
Jesus.
Miss.
Evan's getting my luck here. What do you have, 19 with your shield out?
No, once I get hit, I get multi-attack defense, and my AC goes up by 4.
Jesus.
So it goes to
Damn.
22. But I have to get hit once. So,
So 22 points of slashing damage as teeth and claws just rake over your arms and across your side, around the buckler. Its small shield is just palm size almost for it, but you still manage to deflect one of the blows. All right, that's their turn, and we start the next round with Eben. You're first.
hang on a second. How much damage were the two of them?
22 total.
Yeah, but I have to do 2 saves because it's 2 hits. So I basically
Oh
have
yeah,
to do
15 and 7. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 con saves. If it was fucking quick con. Anytime. Would love to do it. Okay, barely make the first one.
Isn't the second one lower because it's less damage?
It's
No,
because
it's-
it's
10.
round up to 10. It's half or 10.
There you
So,
go.
okay.
Yeah, it's 10 or half the damage. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna I keep concentration. I'm take 2 attacks again to the guy to my left.
Okay.
18. And take my second attack on him as well.
Which one are you attacking? The top one?
The one who I've got marked.
That's Hunter's mark one.
What was the Constitution save for? I missed something.
He's
Hunter's
It's for
mark.
my hunter's mark.
Hunter's
It's so
mark.
that I can keep it going.
Yeah.
9 and another hunter. So first strike was 16 plus 12, 28.
wow, nice.
The one up here. Basically, grit my teeth from the hit, and then I just
Yeah, plunging the sword into it, just
keep concentrating
digging
on
into
the
its
other
rubbery
one.
ribs and then pulling down. You leave huge gashes that kind of just the mottled skin sort of tears apart, and then blood does begin to flow, but it's just sort of thick and putrid.
All I
But
do-
definitely do some wounds on its side. Melusine?
I am going to bonus action first and cast a level 2 healing word on Eben. Eight points. And then I'm going to shoot the same one I was shooting, so the bottom. Nope.
Okay.
Zig hears the cling.
Whoa, that one was a little close over your shoulder.
Nope.
All right. Still trying to get the weight of the longbow. Need a little more practice, but trying to avoid hitting him. And Eben sort of is dodging and tacking to the wrong side there. Yeah. Zig.
This is not as easy as it looks.
Smacky smacky.
Damn.
Whoa.
Broken, apparently. They just keep rolling the same thing over and over. I'll take it.
Are those two different? Those are two different rolls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
24
Wow.
damage.
Smashing Jaguar's maw onto its side. The roar fills the hallway of the low sort of cat-like growl, and the smashing in the ribs from the other side. The Evan's hitting it on, and you hear, bunch of crunches, and half of his rib cage on the right side is like caved in, depressed at odd angles where you can tell you've smashed in ribs, and it lets out a huge gurgling howl.
Oh, wait. I can do this.
Oh, and
I'm going to add that.
Okay, what is it?
We'll just call it a pushing attack. It doesn't really matter. I have a feeling these are bigger than large creatures. So
No, they're large.
you're tripping then.
A tripping attack. Okay.
Yep. So that 24 turns into 32.
Okay. He gets a strength
and then
save.
it's got to make a strength save.
He made it.
So that's another 8 on that. Ooh, wow. Okay. This one is battered by the both of you quite severely.
I remembered I could do that after the fact.
Eldak?
Shoot to the bottom one.
Okay.
$24.
All right. 21 points. Okay.
That's not gonna hit.
Okay.
21 for the first hit.
All right. as Eben leans in to attack to the one up to his left and leans over, and you just basically come and put your crossbow just like right over his shoulder and like put a bolt like into its rubbery neck and gurgling sound as like blood starts coming out. And you duck back just out of the way as its clawed hand grasps back over Eben's shoulder toward you. All right.
Are you attacking?
The bottom one.
We're attacking the bottom one.
Okay. Number of things here. Let's see. First, this is going to attack you, Zig. And
Hit and miss. And
just the claw managed to get by her shield combo. It's huge, like ripping.
One?
Yeah, huh?
The top one is attacking me.
Yeah. You're gonna riposte. Okay.
Yeah, I want. Yes.
The other thing, as described, is he sweeps in and hits you for 13 damage. You counter strike attack against him. You could see sort of like the rib cage that was caved in and broken is kind of like pop, and like a sucking sound is like it's like forming back into place. And the wounds on the side where Eben has been jabbing it are closing over.
These damn things.
For trolls.
Good point. Yeah. It's
Oh, is that what we're fighting?
16 damage.
Okay. You just with renewed vigor slam again with a sickening crunch, like caving in more of the ribs. It lets out another painful roar. Did you get that 13 points on you? Okay.
Yep.
This one is attacking Eben again.
miss. Hit.
6
How long is
points.
your plus to armor
6
good
points of
for?
damage. You managed to use the
It has to
buckler
happen
to
every time.
fend off the dangerous long claws on its fingers, but you can only block so many blows. But the bite just sort of rakes against your arm, your shield arm, as you're raising it up for minor damage. In addition,
Constitution save.
Yep.
yeah, Constitution save. Yep.
Oh, if I fail, I'd lose concentration on the
Son
guy
of a
top.
bitch.
Damn.
The shit.
Melusine,
Back.
standing in the back, like trying to learn air. All of a sudden, this whooshing of cold air right down your neck, and then a huge thud from behind just strikes you in the back of the head.
God, see your
For
friend
17
back.
points of damage. It just you feel the cold chill for a second and recognize that same breath of air and hear that strange, airy chanting.
Sucker punches.
Sucker punch. You bitch.
All right, and I'll give him a real initiative.
Shit.
Okay. Melusine. Oh wait, why is Eben not first?
we're just.
It
Yeah,
randomly
like
put
randomly
when I
puts us
when I
there.
re-descended it. It decided to do you next. I don't know, round robin, I guess. But we'll put Eben back there. Okay, Eben.
Mix it up.
You guys are actually probably unaware that she's being attacked from behind until she says
Well,
something.
no, I
Yeah.
just screamed, ow.
Okay.
I was like, God damn it, Zig, your friend is back.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. Who's that on? Oh,
That's
the short sword,
the
Eben.
guy
Sorry.
who was- the guy
Now
who
I'm
was-
guilty. I saw that and I thought Eldak when I saw it. I'm guilty.
I haven't done that in quite a while. I finally
Colossus.
learned the difference, right?
Hey, you're Colossus Slayer at least.
For now.
Well, that's the thing.
It's the one in front
Yeah.
of you.
No, the one that was Hunter's Mark. I'm sticking to the one I've been.
That's
Did you
18
lose it?
damage.
I didn't see the saves.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you did. Yeah, I
I
see it.
lost.
Sorry.
Yeah, Colossal actually
pushing
gets
forward
the
your
fight
shield,
because
you
it works with the crit.
press his arm away and just press his arm down and just whoosh, a strike right into where the heart would be, pierce it, gurgles and blood burbles up, and it sort of slumps to its knees and then back as you withdraw your sword. And you have still have another strike.
The other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look back at the other one. I'm like, now it's your turn, buddy. As I'm like bleeding. Because he's just been beating the shit out of me. This guy. 10 for him.
All right. 10 for him.
Yep, that's all for now. That is my turn.
After these messages.
Your turn, Melusine.
Melusine?
Shit out of you from behind.
I don't think these can hear. But I don't know. So I am going to turn around and chant, because I do my vocals with all my first levels.
Okay.
And chant a discordant melody and cast Dissonant Whispers at
Okay.
the damn thing hitting me from behind.
All right.
It's a wisdom save if it can hear. And it is 3d6
Oh, it can hear.
plus. Okay, good. 3d6.
I don't like the way he said that.
Oh, it can hear.
It can also reflect everything that you throw at it.
I don't know what the 4 was for, but the
It was just adding 2 die.
I don't
It's
know
a
what
wisdom
it is.
save?
10. It's a wisdom save. And it has to be to 15.
Wish of cold air. And how much damage is that?
10. I don't know why the 4 rolled, it's just 10.
The whoosh of cold air, you could feel it moving away somewhere.
Awesome. Can I attack once? with
Nice.
my bow?
Nice use. Dissonant
No, you
Whispers
cast a
comes in
spell
again.
No, you cast
For my
spell.
bonus action. For my bonus action.
That would be a
Can
dagger.
I
That would have to be a dagger. You wouldn't
Not
be able to do your
the-
bow again.
You can't do bow.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then I am going to cast a Bardic Inspiration on Evan.
Hey.
What, I can't look up spells on D&D Beyond anymore? It says you gotta buy the player's handbook?
A lot of
What?
them. What are you looking for? With Dissonant Whispers? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. I never have had trouble, well, whatever. Fine, I have a player's handbook. I'm not buying another one.
It's in the
The duration? How long does that last, and does he get a save every time?
It does not say.
Thank you.
Your
It just says it's an instant. Yeah, it doesn't say.
the discussions on the particular spell is it's up to the DM how long that lasts. There's never been a
Oh, okay.
specific amount on it.
I guess you're right, so it's just
'Cause I
one
looked it up
round.
one time when I was curious.
Okay. Yeah, I thought there was a time in it. Okay, so you finish your turn?
Yes.
Zig.
Melusine, are you okay back there?
Yeah, I think so for now.
I drop the shield and 16 hit him.
16 is a hit.
That is not what we're doing. Alright, there we go.
Is that a re-roll of the first one? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Alright.
And what is this? What's the...
This is another trip attack on this guy.
Okay.
Smash it in the knee with my hammer and try to make it bring it to its knees. So let's see, that's 10, 21, 22, 25, 26 damage.
It falls to its knees.
Alright, when it falls to the knees, I'm using Action Surge. Now I get advantage, right?
Yes, it's prone.
You know, it's good. I can't shoot it now.
I know.
That's a hit. I'm going to start adding up some damage here. So 10, 21,
Probably just gonna be
29. Holy Jesus.
I gotta roll again just to see what I get there. Alright. And we're gonna do a push attack on it just for fun. And we're gonna
Push him even more down.
Make them roll away.
We're gonna use our Orcish Fury.
I gotta start adding this dice up. Say 10, 21, 25, 30,
So Orcish Fury is this plus another
3, 38,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
40. Okay. So, what was his save? So Zig basically then unleashed on this guy, stepping in front of Eben. Hammer slam. One takes its knees out and it falls to the ground. Rather than letting it lay prone, he just, starts pushing it forward with his heavily booted foot and brings the hammer up for an underneath strike like a croquet mallet, just crunch and thud, and pushes it back 10 more feet, and then continues pressing on him, slamming the hammer down again and again and again until it's kind of a bloody pulp.
And now we gotta get the hell out of here before they wake up.
You also get 6 temporary hit points from your amulet as it starts to pulse red.
Is that including the one, or?
That was with the one, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do a quick.
Do we want to try to burn the bodies? I have one oil flask left,
Yes.
like on me. All right.
Do we want to cut the bodies up into little pieces and then burn them, just to make sure, like to give us more time?
We
Well,
could.
your bloody pulp one perhaps won't be a problem, but the other one. We'll let you go up to it. I do remember the last time that a random head just started chewing on you. So
Yeah, I mean these are similar to the scrag you faced in the shipwreck.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start
Alright, I'm gonna give
dismembering
Zig the
them,
last oil
and
flask I have.
you have one
start-
flask of oil.
Yeah, because I have 2. Because I have a hooded lantern,
Okay.
and it comes with the thing. The last one I threw at the flesh golem.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Oh man.
Way back when.
Yeah. Oh,
Throwback.
that was a great fight. I loved that fight.
That was fun.
All right. So yeah, I start dismembering and
Okay.
piling them all into like little pieces.
Yeah. As you're chopping, least to as quickly as you can. It's large chunks in a
The other
pile.
one.
Yeah. As you're piling one of them up, the first one up, it's hands are starting to twitch, and you're chopping, and then you just pour the oil over it and lit it ablaze. That takes you a couple minutes, and you're covered with gore all across your front. The rest of you, I'm taking a better look around the room. On the north wall, you can see a painting, an arch section depicting waves of archers flying above them. Across the top edge is a figure flying across the sun's face on a winged steed, face obscured right by the brightness shining out from the center of the sun. Who's checking that north wall? Well, say Evans.
I'm gonna check it.
Okay, go ahead and make a religion
Yeah,
check.
okay, him since we're cutting.
You're helping slice and dice? Okay.
Yeah.
Eldak, make a religion check.
14.
You recognize this as a depiction of Solus, the Sun Father, upon his legendary steed, Artelli. There's some, standing over some battle, but this is one of the a god of the sun and light. Generally seen to be good, but has many worshippers of different sects. It's a multifaceted god. No, the whole wall is painted with a fresco. Well, not the whole wall, actually. Not actually painted across the whole wall. It's in an arched sort of section of the wall. There's like a sort of an arch in the wall, and it's the painting is inside of that. And go ahead and make a perception check.
Fuck. Nope.
Okay.
You're rolling like me.
There's something on the south wall, too. Some other painting.
I'll take a look at the south wall as well. I was gonna, if it was something I could grab, like the painting, I would have grabbed it. Like I would have cut it out. But if it's on the wall, I can't.
No, there's like an arch on the wall, and then it's sort of recessed just a little bit, and the whole section inside the arch is just a painted fresco on the wall.
Okay, well, I can't actually take it. That's unfortunate. I would have totally grabbed that. But yeah, I'll go to the bottom, to the south wall.
Okay. On the south wall, there's a painting of a woman standing upon a tower with the sun like lined up above her figure and shining rays down across sort of a wooded and grassland setting below this tower. Same thing. There's like an arching, large, semicircular arch, and the painting is inside of it, just slightly recessed. And you can make another perception check.
Nine.
Okay.
You're rolling like me tonight.
Shut up.
I'm watching the
Hate it.
fire, by the way.
Yeah.
And making sure it's like, if these things are reforming while on fire, I'm telling everybody we gotta get the hell out of here.
I'm still standing
yeah,
at the edge of the wall.
You notice one clawed hand that's sort of clawing its way away from the fire that didn't quite get in the pile, and you kick it back into the fire with your foot, and fingers wriggle for a minute, and the fire burns it, and it is still in the fire. It's not really like a blazing fire because you had one flask of oil. It's just like, it's the room's filling with sort of a sickly
Terrible
smell.
Zig, you're a.
I put my hand on
Windy
Zig's
was around here,
shoulder,
too.
and I heal you for 7, Zig.
What'd you
I'm gonna
say,
heal my-
Mellison?
Our windy friend, your windy friend, was back because he whacked me in the back of the head. Well,
It's an enjoyable experience, isn't it?
totally. Don't know if he'll be back, but
I
he's
call him
around.
Bad Gas.
How about Gassy? We could just call him Gassy. Maybe we could make friends? No, probably not. Anyway, he's
so
still following us.
If he comes back, I'm whacking him with his own mace.
Well, next time
Is there
hopefully
any
we'll
other
find
way
you
into
instead of
this
me.
room, hon?
Yeah, on this other side, there's sort of an open, one of those concealed door that's like broken open into a chamber beyond.
Do we move ahead?
Yeah, let's go. I don't really have anything else to set this more on fire, so we should leave as soon as possible.
There's potentially an exit this way too if they brought a horse in. I don't think they brought it the other way.
It's probably a good thing we didn't bring horses, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ugh.
I don't know. We could have fed those to the ogres, and then we wouldn't have had to fight them. Maybe.
We could have pet ogres.
They're trolls.
We could have had pet trolls.
I don't think they would have been okay with that.
Alright.
Okay, gonna exit out of there. Okay.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
Stepping through the dough.
Is there anything in it? It's just basically like a small side chamber here. There's another doorway that's open on this side, and then checking beyond that, you look and see that basically you end up traveling for a ways and find a long running tunnel that eventually winds out and exits at a different location to the surface, concealed behind grass and some boulders. And it looks, from the Eben can tell from the markings in the area that there's been, this is where the horse was drug, and there's, signs of travel in and out from the trolls. That they were using this entrance and exit and using this as a lair.
Does there seem like just the two sets of tracks from the two, or does it? Can I tell if there's
a survival
potentially more
check?
trolls?
Can make a survival check.
And he doesn't know anything.
Seems like two of them. Those are the only trolls in this entire area, guys. We have just eliminated.
No, what you see is it's something a legendary beast called a Tarask. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's hard to tell. There's definite troll track marks in and out of the area, but it's been fairly well traveled. I mean, it's been used somewhat regularly, and you can't tell how many sets.
Gotcha.
Well, let's not rest here.
What time of day is it now? It should be. It's like what, midday now?
Yeah, you slept before you entered,
We
so it's
slept?
yeah.
Yeah.
I say we put the tiny hut down right here and see what comes out at night. No? I don't know. The trolls
I
are dead.
figure if we're done here, we can make it back to the city by
Alright,
nightfall.
yeah, let's go back to the city.
Okay.
Fine.
Hey, look, if you want to hang out, I don't mind being by the forest. I'm just saying, we also can travel back if we don't plan on doing anything else here.
Okay, so you may take the rest of the day sort of at a pressed pace a little bit on make it back to the city. By just shortly into the evening. Just sun is down, but it's once you're on the roads coming back, it's safe travels, and you arrive back at the city gates where they let you in. Use your passing in.
Look,
Well, I was gonna say, as you're entering through the large gates on the other side of the bridge, there's lanterns lit, and people. So there's still little bits of traffic coming in and out. As you're getting close, one of the guards does kind of step up and say, raise a hand. Hold on a minute. Looking at Zig, who's just covered with blood and gore all over his armor. What is this? Where do you come from?
Troll Central.
Troll. You know what a troll is? I mean, aside from your mom, do you know what a troll is?
What did I come back to?
just in the background, I'm just face palming. Like, I just want to go in the city.
Like,
That's all I want. Why is there gotta be a
I'm sorry, what was that? Here, step off to the side, and then they're giving the rest of you guys a look over or whatever. They're like, you can enter.
Thank you.
Right.
Hey, before you go in, guys, don't forget the bones of the body we were supposed to.
You'll be through in a minute. It'll be fine.
One of the guards snaps his fingers, and the guards at the other end of the area under the wall sort of step out. What's this about a body? And some of the guards are like sort of now surrounding on the far side as well, and like hands on swords, just a couple inches being pulled.
It's just a favor for Harrison Blacksteed. He needed to
Us to retrieve the
bury-
remains of his friend.
Harrison
To
went out to the
properly
forest,
bury
killed a hooker.
the remains of his
He needed
friend.
to get
Shut
rid
up,
of the hooker's
Zig.
body, so he asked
Shut
us
up,
to go get it.
Zig.
Is there a place
So
for
he
me
can
to
make-
lean or sit down here while this nonsense is going on?
Not really. The guards are now kind of surrounding you. There's about 8 of them, and
Here.
they're starting
You know
to
who
stop the
they're-
flow of traffic into and out of this area, like into between the walls, like inside and out.
Do you know who Harrison is?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He
Why don't you
owns
take your weapons and set them against the wall right over there?
Why don't you bend over and kiss my ass?
Oh my God.
You're not getting my weapons. We are the owners of the Nine Pines Inn. We're doing a favor for Harrison Blacksteed, who is the proprietor of whatever the hell the name of his bar is. I don't know.
He makes
That's just to
he
go-
makes a signal sort of with his hands, and the portcullises on either side of the area begin to lower down.
All right, fine. Just turn around and walk away.
You're gonna leave the city.
Yeah, whatever.
I am
They don't
not
wanna let me
leaving
in,
the
I'm
city.
just gonna turn around and walk away.
Well, the portcullis is lowering. You could try to make a run for it and like dive under it.
Nah. If they wanna trap themselves in here with me, they can be more than welcome
We
to
do
do so.
not need to kill the soldiers.
I sit down on the floor.
You sit down on the floor, okay?
I'm
We
like
do
Indian
have-
style.
I don't have a battle map for this.
If they keep being idiots, we do.
Zig, shut up. We're just trying to return the body of a fallen friend to Harrison Blacksteed so he can give him a proper burial. That is all that was asked.
Sorry, I'm drawing a map.
Our lovely friend here is just, well, he's always a bit short-tempered. But we're just returning the body of a fallen comrade for proper burial.
I don't suffer fools.
Shut up, Zig. Don't make me silence you. I still have a spell.
Just silence everybody. Nothing gets fixed because no one can talk anymore.
I'll
Sorry,
set
give me a
it far
second. I
away
didn't
so he
anticipate
can
having
let
to.
it-
Didn't anticipate
Come on,
having
you
to
gotta,
draw
make
a battle
persuasion
map.
roll to make them listen.
Why would you not anticipate having to draw a battle map? Somebody wants to stop me. There's gonna be a fight. It's the way this goes.
What is the name of the inn? Eldak, what's the name of the inn that Harrison owns?
I'll find
Not
it.
an inn, it's just a bar.
The Wild Kraken.
Thank you.
Phil McCracken. And I know some of you idiots have been to Phil McCracken, so you can go there and find Harrison. He can explain the whole thing.
just gonna take it off creepy dungeon ambiance now.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Okay, sorry. Man, you know what I don't have?
Guards?
People.
Guards. Guys are making my life difficult.
You guys, wait a minute. Where are the
Evan is
whispering
sitting down right now.
I'm
I'm gonna lay on the
Down
floor.
on the
floor.
I'm laying on the floor with my hands behind my head as a pillow. Next to Evan. I'm not dealing with this shit.
Let's see. Can I open this? Do this.
We're owls. We've been racially profiled before. We know not to fuck around.
Exactly. I've dealt with shit in the city, and I don't want to deal with it.
Oh, I know what I can do. I know what I can do.
I'm dealing with it exactly like half-orcs have always dealt with it.
Literally just had to enter the city.
Hey guards, I got a dead body. Ah.
They shouldn't have gotten in our way.
They're guards!
That's their job.
And my job is to get in the city without a guard messing with me, so I can deliver a dead body.
Dude,
Now we're
Jesse's playing
delivering
Final Fantasy
potentially 2 dead bodies.
I'm going to deliver 8 dead bodies.
And
9.
on our head.
It's okay. We'll take your dead body to the guy who did the Hydra and we'll put you in the inn as a memorial.
Works for me.
You're lazy. He couldn't keep his mouth shut.
I'll go shoot people instead.
You heard David Jesse's playing Final Fantasy IV. Because it's apparently one of his favorite games, so he's playing it.
Who
Hey.
is?
You said there were 8 of them. That's
Fairlight Excalibur.
Alright, sorry. So,
I can't count. I'm an orc.
It's true.
you guys have sort of laid down, sat down.
I'm sitting
Zig
down.
started walking back this way, and the sort of the portcullis is, sort of dropping in front of him.
Which way is the portal?
And Melicine's desperately saying, well, we were... This east is out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Melicine's desperately explaining that you recover the remains of some other person, and Bod is trying to convince them that no, it's the body of a dead hooker that so-and-so Harrison Blacksteed killed. That was the summary, pretty much, of what was happening while I was around that?
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to convince them of that.
that was just his off-the-wall remark that came out of.
I say, look. I turned the bag of remains out on the middle of the,
Okay.
like right here. I just dump them all out.
Okay.
Hey, look, old bones. We didn't kill anybody. A couple of trolls attacked us as we were recovering these bones.
Where did you find trolls?
Blacksteed. I don't know. Out in the hills. Where do you find trolls?
You're welcome to go. I'm sure they'll be back
Guess
alive
what?
by the time you make it there.
There's 2 less trolls out in there. They were burnt. They're dead. You're welcome. Countryside is safer because of me.
Just trying to return remains. Someone who asked us to. So
All right. He gives a signal, and they start. Some of the portcullises start to raise again. clean up that troll gore off you. You're gonna scare the townsfolk. What is your
Yeah,
name?
Do that
Does he have like a
normally?
tabard on or anything? Like a
Yeah, they're city guards. They have. Actually, I
Okay,
can show you what the city insignia looks like.
So I like reach out and grab like the coattail of his like
You reach out and grab him.
dressing and no, I don't grab him. I grab like the I figure the tabard like hangs down over him. I just grab it and I start like shining my armor off with the end of his.
He sort of like pushes your hand away or whatever. I don't know who you think you are. What is your name?
My name's Zig Versk.
All right.
These are my band of merry misfits.
All right. So they raised the portcullises have sort of raised up. All right. Take your leave then.
Yes, ma'am.
I get up and leave.
Do you want me to bring the
I am
bones or do you
scurrying
keep-
through as
No.
quickly as I
You,
can.
you scoop the bones back up into the sack. Bring them with you.
I take the pinky off the hand and I said, "This is for you to remember me by," and I drop it by his foot.
I am
Walking.
long past him. At least 70 feet. I am dashing out of here.
As I'm walking away, I say, "It's good luck. It's a gnome finger."
All right. So you enter the town, the city, and you are pretty sure there's a few guards trailing you a ways back. But you enter the gates. It's evening. You're going to return to the inn.
I was gonna go straight. I was gonna say we should just go straight to Harrison.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be open. Wait. Let's think about this. Zig, full of blood, in
I don't
a
care.
bar.
I don't care.
Whether I'm covered in blood and gore or not, people are gonna look at me. So I don't care.
All right.
You could sit in a fucking corner booth again, away from people.
I don't think
Don't
he's gonna
care.
let Zig sit in his bar looking like that. But that's okay.
I don't need to sit in his bar. I just need to dump bones on the counter and leave.
We head to the Kraken.
Decide on what might happen.
Okay, so you make your way through the streets and to the Wild Kraken Ale House. That's quite busy, and there's quite a few people coming in and out, and it's quite full. You're not even sure if there's any open tables.
Do we see, or do I see the lady who we ran into the first time, the one who got Harrison for us?
Who I should remember what her name is, but I can't.
We didn't ask her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she told us the name because
As you sort of stride into the entryway, yes, you do. She's back in the bar area that's sort of, sunken down in the center where there's like that bar, and then there's like tables around the edges sort of raised up, and she spots you guys from a ways off and looks around to make eye contact with some of the other staff, and then comes over towards your area.
Is Harrison around?
Yes, Mr. Blacksteed is here. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, I know.
And then she kind of goes and talks to like some of the other. She's saying something to a couple of the male sort of
I walk up to
bar
the
staff. Okay. You walk up to the bar.
Yep.
Okay.
Sit down on the stool.
Okay. Okay. Take a seat at the stool.
I sit down next to a lady who's like talking to a guy right next to me, and I sort of look at him and I nod. How you doing?
Oh man, I wish we had fans because that'd be some fan art right there. Quickly, there is an area for all of you to then make to take us, to stride up to the bar as people sort of, give space, and some ales are set down in front of you. The woman shovels back behind the bar.
A shot of the strongest thing they have.
Make it a double.
Okay, they bring you some dwarven liquor as well.
Does it taste like?
Last time.
I was gonna say, does it taste like whatever we had at the other place?
It's slightly
Similar
different.
dwarven?
This is more of like not necessarily a whiskey, but it's like a really highly fermented, like a barley wine, like incredibly strong mead or super fermented ale.
Okay.
And they bring a glass of that to each of you, and in pretty short order.
What beer we had last time.
Okay. Which I should remember what it's called, but I don't. But they serve it up to you, and pretty shortly, Harrison Blacksteed makes his way across the bar, coming from an office somewhere else in the building, and you see him striding through the people. Ha! And he comes over and you've returned. Oh my! I'm going to judge that you have been successful in going to that place we talked about. And he kind of goes around behind the bar and makes sure your drinks are filled.
Yeah, where do you want the body? Wink, wink.
Oh. You found Kel's remains.
Yeah, apparently he fell down a giant open gaping hole that we could see from the end of the hallway.
There was a trap. He sprung there. Tripped something. Something came out of the ceiling and knocked him right off the ledge. I could hear the crunch from above.
He got mostly eaten by trolls.
Ugh.
But I got what's left. So again, where do you want the body? Wink, wink.
Do you?
This is clearly where Zig looks at like the entire room and he's like, "Where do you want the body?"
Yeah, that's fine. What do you? Must be just bones now. Here, what do you have? And
I dump him out on the bar.
okay, there's a little bit of a hush, kind of the crowd. This thing is all right then. He picks up the skull and sort of looks at it. Good work. Drinks, of course, are on me.
Awesome, I want another one. I just
Yeah.
Fine.
He takes the remains off the bar and stows them below the bar for now. Thank you very much. I'm going to show Cal the proper burial he deserves. Lay him to rest, makes a little symbol to the gods.
If any town guards come wandering by asking about it, you can blame Zig.
So, what can you tell me about this? And I take the mace out and I put it on the... You know anything about this?
Can't say that I know anything about it in particular. It looks like a fine weapon of fairly ancient craftsmanship, but still sturdy.
Well, you see, you told us that you cleared out the entire first floor.
I said we cleared out most of it.
This was in one.
You went up to the alcove above the statue.
Yeah. This was in the third.
Third door. Well, I tried to remember. It's been like 10 years.
Had like 3 guys on the front.
There was one door we could not open, if I recall. I can't remember if it was the third or not.
You might have liked this one. I believe it was the room with the bear.
It wasn't the one with the bear.
No, it was the one with the 3 men.
It was one. Yeah, like 3 men.
3 men with like a sun behind them or something like that.
Yep.
Or a
You
light.
won't know that.
I can't recall, to be honest. It's been many years. It was in my adventuring youth.
Oh man, that has been a long time ago.
3 men standing together with light around them.
Knew it.
Clean sealed,
No.
elegant sarcophagus.
It was in your youth. It was a long time ago.
Place was riddled with cultists at the time. We fought a huge battle. They were up in that balcony firing crossbows down upon us.
Yeah, there's no need to embellish it.
Just telling it true.
You know, I hope Wendy didn't follow us home.
That's right. He's just gonna kill a bunch of townsfolk. Just beating the shit out of them.
Add to the mace.
Yeah, we opened that door, and a very angry fart came out.
There was one that had noxious gas, I
and
recall.
started attacking.
That was the last one, the fourth door, but we got attacked by an invisible thing.
Ugh.
You guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Sounds like nothing a good dose of fairy fire wouldn't take care of.
We don't have
We
that.
have a wizard.
Slash a druid.
Always run with a druid. That was always our motto.
Or a cleric.
Or a rogue.
Another life, maybe.
Never go through some sort of crypt full of traps without a rogue. That's why once poor Calkel fell, well, we decided best if we plunder what we could and get out.
Can I ask you a
Didn't
question?
Stop to see if
Sure.
he was still alive at that point.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was gonna be like, did you guys not have rope to go down to get him?
I mean, you know.
no, I don't think we did have rope.
Who leaves town without rope? Says the girl who has no rope in her pack.
No. Well, anyway, drinks. Drinks are on me. Do anything else I can do for you? I owe you quite a favor.
Nothing that I.
What the hell?
We will
That
call
we
in
can-
that favor if we need it. But just another drink would be really nice.
I just had over 3 seconds to response from my router.
Hmm.
Yeah, it killed pretty much everything on the computer. I couldn't hear you guys forever.
Huh.
Are we good now, or do you need to
I don't know. It seems to have cleared up a little
Yeah, I
bit.
was like, it looks like you're normal again.
Oh my gosh. We have people checking in our channel. You guys are good little people talking to them. I'm not paying attention. I'm really bad with this stuff, man. I'm just
Hey,
I mean, you're the DM.
trying to avoid having to kill some of our members. Starting a fight, the town guard.
They would have died.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
Would have been bottom of a prison, and it would have been.
Well,
Prison.
you share drinks at the Wild Kraken as much as you want, and I suppose eventually return to your inn.
I
And
have finished my third one, and I am just a wee bit tipsy, so I'm going home.
I'm not sure where you're headed next or what you want to do next.
I've got shit to do in a week.
You
Shit we
have
don't
shit
know
to do
about.
in a week that we don't know about,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, he's been
Share.
sneaking off.
and you aren't going to
Remember?
share.
Not yet. It's not a for sure thing.
You're right. I gotta buy another thing of rope and a grappling hook because we never went the other way. So it's just
We never
now
went
it's just
back
a grappling hook and a rope. For
That's
someone to
true.
get
Still
down.
there.
Maybe the trolls can get it out.
I don't know. Trolls are pretty heavy. I feel like the rope would be real dangerous for
Well,
them.
I guess they can always get out their normal way. I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah, I do want to check on. I need to after my
pretty sure
nap
those
the next
trolls are dead.
morning.
Didn't you have more research that you needed to go
Yes,
check, right?
after my nap, so that I am full up for the next morning and have
Okay.
slept off my my little bit of a hangover. I am going to go. I need to go find the guy again for research that I asked
Okay.
him to gather more research for me,
Okay.
and then I also want to go check on Cheryl because we haven't checked on Cheryl for the week.
It's only been a few
God.
days.
She's
so
been
it
actually.
hasn't been-
She's been at the inn. She came back to the inn
Has she?
with some of the other people, and she has been at the inn, helping to get
Okay, good.
things in order.
Who's Cheryl?
Two fingers.
Two
Two
fingers.
fingers.
Oh, okay.
I don't know them by their ship. I didn't learn their ship names. Nobody ever told me their ship
The
names.
only name that matters.
Not to me.
Yeah, I call her Cheryl. Two fingers. I started to switch to that.
You haven't only been gone, I guess, 2 days.
I know Ramona, I guess. Wait,
Yeah.
is
Well, because we sort of some
Two
of us
fingers.
at least agreed not to call her Gridge.
Finger's the one that is turning into a lizard person?
Dragon. Yeah.
We don't know
Yes.
yet.
We don't know yet. But yes.
The inn is, there's been progress. The inn is pretty much fully furnished downstairs and stocked, and it's pretty much ready. Probably, getting ready to be able to be opened and
Bar
staffed.
front.
Yeah.
Did we ever come up with a name for this place?
Yeah.
I'm okay with the Hydra's Lament. If
I
we're
like
doing the
that.
Hydra,
I like
As
that.
the
if we're
name.
doing
I
that
like that
Hydra
too.
icon that you showed, because I'm okay with that.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Hydra's.
Hans Eyeball, I'm gonna take off gold for basically a rope and a grappling hook.
Okay. Yeah, there'll be opportunities to shop before we.
That's fine. We can do the Hydra's Lament.
The Hydra's Lament. Okay.
I
I'm gonna go look around for a sign maker and get a guy to make a sign that has that name
That with
around
the name.
Okay.
around the insignia that I have on my shield.
Okay. Cool. We'll see if I can put some art together for that for next time. The crew has spent most of the 500 gold that they got from the sale of the furs. So we're getting everything stocked and the rest of the furniture and everything purchased and ready to go. They have some left over. But who's there? Let's see. I'm trying to remember who came.
What, to the
bar.
inn?
Yeah. Well, Sharkbait doesn't count.
Sharkbait were
Oh,
there.
well, Pleasant says, after he shows you all the stuff they purchased and that it's ready to go, and you talk to him about the name, the Hydra's Lament, and you tell them, we figure we can open for business soon if you wish. We've got, enough people to cook and serve, tend the bar, and should be nearly ready to go. Enough cash on hand to keep the stocks up until we get business flowing in. But we all sort of agreed it would be probably best if we could furnish the upstairs as well. More opportunity for more coin coming in. If you want to invest a little more capital in that. He doesn't really say that. He doesn't talk like that. He wouldn't say that. But the group said,
We have more shit to sell. We just sold the fur.
So if you want to give them some more money to invest for like furnishings and stuff upstairs, they could also set up the inn portion as well, or you can just have them run the bar part.
Upstairs, because I've claimed one of them as like my room while we're staying here.
Well, there's four.
Claim the room.
Lame.
There's actually 4 large rooms on the top floor, and
When
then
you
there's
find
a section
two
of inner
dudes
rooms.
having sex in your room because we gave
What?
them the room, you can be mad about it. She
Whoa!
wants to claim a room.
What?
I'm like, when we tavern it out, it's like,
Oh, but there's
hey,
there's
don't be
there's
mad if your
well
room-
there is upstairs. Oops, no, I didn't want to go there. I'm go there. There's like a top floor that has like 4 large rooms, and then there's like 8 rooms
yeah,
on the second
suites,
floor.
VIP suites,
Yeah.
extra charge.
So, in any event, if you want to leave them some extra
Clearly need
capital
to
to
be
spend on
themed
that,
rooms.
just let me know.
Dude, they're different Hydra heads.
Different monster that Zig has killed for each of them.
Yeah. Welcome to the Manticore room.
Ooh, actually,
Enjoy.
that's actually a kind of cool idea.
So let's see. You've got what? 8 rooms upstairs and 4 storage rooms downstairs. Is that what it is, or is that?
There's
4 rooms?
No,
There's-
the 4 are the like bigger rooms, like suites, like I was
Gotcha.
saying.
yeah.
So it's 8 rooms on the second floor.
Yes.
3rd floor is 4 rooms, and then whatever's the down.
That's like the cellar or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, could we maybe go to the guy who furnished this part and have him come set up a visit to see what he thinks the cost would be for furnishing the rooms, I guess, since
Yeah.
I guess we would be go to him since we've already
Why don't we
worked
just
with
make
him.
the top floor rooms ours. We have 8 spare rooms that we can make nice.
Yeah. I'm like, I need a room. I'll share a room, but where have we been sleeping all this time? I've been sleeping upstairs. Don't have
You complain
bed.
a lot about where you sleep.
Hey, a girl can't be too picky.
What you are very picky.
Yes,
If
they-
you
they
say
can
so.
be. They can definitely be
my
too picky.
rooms.
Whatever.
Well, you can bite me.
Wow, it's unnecessary.
I look at them. I'm like, well, you guys didn't really get your honeymoon yet, so you guys can go do whatever you want in her room. In her room.
Okay, so you rest up, and then the next day,
Picking that name is the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it?
As soon as you picked that, Evan was like, "Oh, target acquired. This is too easy. All the shit you've been giving me for months. Oh my
Changing my
god."
name when we move it. I'm taking yours next time.
I will disavow that. Zig was like, "All right, no, not a chance."
No, yeah, because I know what kind of reputation
Yeah, he
I
even
have.
said,
so
he was
if
like, "You
somebody
do know this comes with like no weight to it." It's like, "Oh yeah, it's like good stuff." I'm like, "Oh, I've got all the weight I need in that name."
else out on my stool. I've been out front on my stool, is he?
No, it's just where we were the last time when I went out to like check on you, and then we moved
Okay.
to do other stuff.
Well, if I've washed my armor off and gotten a rest, I'm going to go out to my stool.
right, you do see about a sign, and order a nice sign for the inn with the inscription or whatever that the symbol and so forth that you had looked for. Let's say it cost 10 gold to be nicely carved and enameled and everything very nicely.
Oops.
Then, like I said, let's say either I went or I sent like Shark Bait or somebody to have
I'm gonna
the
look.
craftsman come to sort of give us an estimate for basically fitting rooms out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look at the gold pieces that we got from the crypt. Do they look like different than the normal currency here?
Um, they are circular in weight. They do look similar, but they are slightly different. They've probably been down there a long time. They don't. They have. They seem to be similar to the minting that have the towers on them that are the normal ones, the most common gold pieces from Terrafex City, but it is different and older.
I go ask Mellison. I'm like, where were you at when they were asking about the coins that you gave them?
Oh,
It was
I
the library.
At the library.
Yeah.
Trying to remember if it had a name.
Yeah, the
I gotta go to a library.
Oh, that's what I want to do. If I can find a place to convert the rest of the Kaliaran gold that I have into normal gold.
okay,
If I could do that.
a money changer,
go
sure.
Yeah.
Would you like me to take it to the library for you? Back again
I'm
soon.
gonna go to the library. I'm gonna
That'll
talk to
help
those
me.
geezers about this gold and see if it's worth more than just a gold, since it's different gold. And I say, Eldak,
Uh-huh.
these things,
Okay.
and I hold up the little golden.
The
figurine.
Apex Archive.
Do you want these,
I'll take them.
or should I just sell them? If you're
I'll take
going to
them.
just sell them, I'm keeping them.
What do they look like specifically?
What are we talking about?
Are they all different, or are they look
Gold
like
figurines?
150 gold figurines.
They're just sort of like little, like sort of, statues of human figures with their hands sort of down by their sides. They're set with some small jewels, and they're made out of gold.
You could sell them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not
Or
really
we could
trinkets.
collect
They're
them
just
and make our own
there's treasure.
asset.
They're gray loot treasure.
Yes.
Very loot.
There's only 3 of them though, so.
Yeah, but we have a bunch of other figurines.
Yeah,
Do
but
we?
they gotta kind
Just a
of have
mix
them.
match.
Yeah, you gotta kind of have them be uniform, be a chess set.
Eh,
We're
Somewhat.
creating a new game where it's not uniform.
Chinese chess.
No, it's
just go
fine.
sell 'em.
We have one side gets one, and then we have an extra one if someone loses that one, and we just replace it. But then we don't have another replacement if you lose the next one. You also owe us 160 gold.
use that for furnishing the inn.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm gonna sell these 3 things. So wherever Mellison, I ask Mellison where.
Okay. She's actually headed back there because she needs to go.
Well, I ask her where she got her little warm rock thing. The trinket shop. They might be interested in these.
Awesome. I'll send him that way.
Oh, that was.
The lady with the scarred face.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of
Wayward Wealths.
I'll go there.
time, but I'm gonna go there and I'll be like, "What do you give these for these?" And she says 150. I'll say, "Okay, sold. Bye."
Okay. All right, you guys stop by there. The same young woman with a sort of cropped, straight auburn hair, dark-colored eyes, is sitting behind the counter, kind of fidgeting a little bit. And as you push the door open, the small bell rings. She looks up, and you can see the other side of her face is kind of drooped and disfigured from some ancient injury or a burn or something, perhaps. Yes.
What happened to your face?
Welcome back. Oh,
Hello.
Glad I did
she
not
kind
know.
of turns a little bit to the side.
My friend's gonna be a
An
dick.
accident
I'm just gonna tell you
when
right
I was
now.
younger.
I'm sorry and I apologize.
She's standing in front of like a counter. There's like a glass
About
case.
asking what happened to her face.
Yes, you don't ask things like that, Sigfurst. When are we ever going to civilize you?
It's more rude to just ignore it and act like it's not there. Acknowledge it and move on.
So, are you
And,
there, Melusine? Did you come too?
I'm standing in the
Oh, okay.
doorway because they were headed towards the library.
Okay.
So they're all gone. The first
They
mistake
are.
was made.
So she's got like a glass counter, like in the center of like a, another longer wooden counter there that she's standing behind, and she's sort of turning her side of her face a little bit away, and it's like, it happened when I was quite young.
Hey, you don't need to turn away. I've seen worse. Anyway, I got these 3 little things. What do you get me for them? They're gold. And they got jewels. And
She
I don't want to trade
examines
them for a
them.
warm rock.
You don't know about the stone, Dick.
Yeah. You don't know anything about the.
Pretty sure I've seen Melusine fondling her stuff. So,
You don't know where she got it from.
It's true.
okay. Sorry for metagaming.
She examines one of the small figurines and looks it over and kind of, yeah, this is an interesting piece, probably crafted in this area some time ago. I'm not a historian, but I'll give you 150 gold pieces for it.
Probably cursed. You'll probably get some really bad gas in here.
Do you think it's cursed? Perhaps
No,
then I
he
won't.
doesn't think it's cursed.
Well, it's solid gold, so I mean, you can either buy it or not.
Since it might be cursed, I'll give you 120 gold pieces for it.
No deal. See you later, freak face.
Right.
Turn
You
out.
do notice behind the countertop in the glass case is a number of coins. It seems to be the primary collection here is coins. Various mintings and
okay.
so forth.
Okay, fine. I see you have a bunch of coins. Take a look at these. I show her, like, how many did I have? I got like 350 or something. So I put
got
down a
300.
couple.
From the catacombs you just were in?
Yeah, from the catacombs I was just in.
Oh, then she picks it up and kind of examines it. Yeah, this dates back to before the Age of Turmoil, perhaps even before the Doom War, when Terrafex was first a city. You do see these. There's quite a few made, but they are somewhat collectible. I would give you, I'd give you a gold and a silver for each one.
Okay, fine.
So you make out with that deal with an additional 300 silver
I'm
and
gonna
300
show
gold coins.
her I'm gonna take out 5 of the Kaliaran gold.
Okay.
Show her them.
She examines that. I've never seen this before. Is this an authentic minting? I don't know where this is from. Is that?
You don't either.
Is that? And she kind of gets it more into the light, sort of looking at it with, like a, small magnifying lens and just examine it very closely. The edges are minted extremely precisely, even though they're sort of dented with age. That almost looks like some sort of scripting in there. Is that celestial? I'm not even sure how much these might be worth. I feel like they might be. I would buy a few of them from you. How many do you have?
I have a lot on me, but I'm not gonna give her the whole lot.
Well, I'll give you. I mean, how many did you show her? How about that?
I took out 5 of them.
All right. I'll give you 10 gold pieces for these 5. I don't
Yeah.
frankly know, but they're intriguing enough that I'd like them in my collection, if nothing else.
Sure. I'll take the 10 gold.
Okay.
I put the 3 pieces back on the thing. I'm like, 150 gold piece.
Fine.
Okay.
I doubt they're cursed anyway. She kind of still turns her head slightly away.
Yeah, they're probably not as cursed as this. And I pull out the mace.
Like
This-
threateningly, like
No, just like
I-
wave it around. I'm like, this is
I'm just
probably what
leaning
was
on
cursed
the.
right here.
I'm just leaning on the side the shop.
okay.
I pulled this out of a crypt next to a mummy, so this is probably what's cursed right here.
Oh, good. I don't deal in weapons.
Yeah,
So she gives you 150 gold each for the figurines.
let's go into the bar or whatever.
Okay.
There you go. You can lay in bed for our room.
All right. Do you want to look for anything else
You
there?
Our room? Confused.
What?
Oh man.
I was just looking to see if anybody caught it, but nobody.
Oh, I caught it.
Sorry.
Zig
What?
is very puzzled right now.
Sorry, just a joke. Are we going to the
The hell are
library?
you talking about?
Don't ask.
Yeah,
Are we
we're
going to the
li-
library?
Yes.
Okay. Can you read?
Jesus.
I let Mellison walk in front of me to lead the way, and I sort of kick the back of her heel over to her other side.
Clap it. All right, go ahead and make
In
a.
my head, I was like, she's gonna get punished when they get to the library, and she never can go get any more information because Zig is gonna make sure they remember that she brought him, and
Oh.
this is what happened.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you make your way towards and to the
Actually-
apex. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna let her walk, but I am kicking her feet out from under her while we're in the middle of this.
All right, make a. I'll say
Attack.
I'll say an attack. I'll say an attack roll, but I know you're not
It's not meant to be
striking for
damaging.
damage. Yeah.
An
And
attack
suddenly
roll.
she falls on a nail.
Attack roll with what?
Just straight strength d20.
Just a strength D20. Okay.
Unarmed
No.
attack. What's your armor class?
16.
16.
Doesn't
With
hit.
almost like a little flourish of like dance steps, she steps over the foot as it tries to clip her heel. You've been on high alert for surprise attacks since the hallway of the catacombs.
And since I've just been ribbing the snot out of.
That too.
I'm not going to your stupid nerd book place anyway. I already sold everything that I was gonna sell them.
Okay, even better. I'll see you back at the inn.
Okay,
No,
you
you won't. I'm scratching your name off the deed.
it's filed with the city.
You're gonna have to go bribe the city. I was gonna say you're gonna.
Oh, I can't.
I'll kill the barrister. I'll kill the mayor. I'll kill everybody.
I will kill the barrister and then become the barrister.
This place is mine.
On your, you also take care of the business, ordering the sign and so forth that you'd like. And you guys get to the Apex archive, where the man behind the counter summons the same gentleman, the same scribe who researched for you previously. He returns.
Is anybody with me?
I thought the others followed you, but I didn't know.
Zig. No, Zig said he wasn't going to the library.
I know Zig didn't. I thought
I'll just accompany her. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to know who was with me.
I'm out already. So
So this young man with sort of a, almost like a monk, sort of like bowl cut or whatever, and acolyte's robes, comes out with a small selection of papers this time. Yeah, I could not find as much about the man you were inquiring about as I did on your last subject. I hope that was useful to you. And this is who we're talking about, and he has another piece of paper for you this time, a sketch copied from the book that you had seen previously of this sort of late middle-aged human with a bald head with red and orange robes, and he has like red scales sort of rising up on the side of his neck, and tattoos sort of on the front of his chest, like where it's open in front of the robes, joining them together. This is Atizum. He was a sorcerer who rose in prominence at about the time of the close of the Dawn War. He arrived in this area in the Age of Turmoil. He was mostly seen west of the city, and in that time, armies from the west were moving in and conquered most of the settlements west of the Stormcrest River, including Stonecairn. He was thought to be aiding them. He was rumored to live a very long life. Claimed to be descended from the blood of an ancient chromatic red dragon from far to the west in the Savage Empire. But he also, with these conquering armies, when they receded, still was reported to be seen in the area, and was said to have created the Igneous Spire, a tower that he created himself that was rumored to have been able to shift location, and was never actually tracked down when he finally disappeared. So that would be like 300 or more years ago, something, as the time that he's describing. I'm not sure what else that I can tell you, but he was a sorcerer of some great renown and specialized in fire spells. Was said to be able to create fire from his hands that burned so hot it could sear and melt metal.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. I'll have to think on what else I need information on, but I'm sure I'll be back.
Right. He gives you the papers that he created for you, and
I roll them up and I put them in my pouch.
yep. You got the papers from the last time too. I'm not sure if I said that, but the ones that they had copied from the books were yours to keep from the research.
Okay.
I couldn't remember if I said that last time, but that was the purpose of that. Okay.
Is Cheryl actually here in this image? Or is she not
Yes.
at the stand? All right, because when they all leave, I'm gonna approach Cheryl.
Okay. Approach her. Okay. Yes, she's there. She's with the rest of the group. They seem to be very, though they're sailors, they seem to be enjoying the idea of getting this place up and running as well. Especially Pleasant seems to be taking to it quite well. Dontar Fen seems to be more in control. He seems to be actually much better than when you first found him, sort of alone here with people around. He seems to be not quite so strange anymore, and he hasn't even talked about looking for hidden treasure in the place that you've overheard for several days. Though you've noticed shark bait sort of peeking around in some corners and things, that gives you the thought that maybe he's heard it, the rumor of it. But you find Two Fingers.
With him, then I'd be like, just don't break anything.
Just don't break anything. But you find an opportunity to talk to two fingers alone while they're.
Yeah, I was gonna say. No, well, I want to pull her like complete. Yeah, like not even in the main room. Like cellar or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
I asked her if if we can speak privately.
Okay. Yeah, you find a. You go down to the cellar
Like,
area.
Cellar, a room, wherever I think is the least likely for someone to like be coming along.
Okay. Most of the people are in the kitchen, sort of making the final preparations for the place, and I think Sharkbait is upstairs somewhere.
Doing things.
Yeah, maybe peeking around in some of the empty rooms and closets.
Yeah.
Not like through your
I see
stuff,
him go
but
out.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have, at least for me, I don't have a lot of stuff, so. He'd be stealing from other people if there was something around. Yeah.
So she joined.
Yeah. How are you, feeling?
I'm doing okay. No change, and it's
So,
that's a really poor choice of words. No, it's the same. I mean, I honestly, it's hardly even. I don't even notice it, except that I have to make sure to remember to wear something that completely, goes down, covers all the way.
yeah. Well,
But no change at all.
we went to a place, because we didn't talk to her about it, but we went to this
Yeah.
place where they seemed that they, maybe run into things like this.
Really, in the Temple District?
Yeah. No, it was just around the ways.
Just around the way.
I just know it as System of a Down.
Huh?
That's how I know it.
The sodality of ancient descent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Sode. It's the place where we had to deliver that box that you may have seen us come from Terra.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
At, the
Yeah.
tower.
Okay.
But yeah.
But it's like
However-
it's like a temple or something.
I want to say it's like a school, but I'm gonna say I make it a point to be like I use that loosely. It was hard to really get a confident gauge of everything that was really going down at the place. Which is why I
She
don't
seems
have-
more intrigued by that than the thought of a temple.
Yeah.
A school.
Yeah, so some sort from what the woman explained to me is children. It was pretty much just sort of young kids, right?
No, there was
I didn't see any. Did I see like teens?
mostly
or
you saw
adult-ish?
younger people. There was the one young girl that sort of assisted her at the door. The other people you saw
Yeah,
just
Kimberly.
briefly was what was her name?
Well, there was the daughter, but
God, there's so many.
Kimmy was the girl. The horse.
Well, Nayala was the
Yeah.
daughter of Freelor.
yeah, but that's what I mean. Like most of the people I saw were pretty
Kimmy
young.
was
Yeah.
the small girl that bought took a shine to.
Got different definition for
Is that the
Sean.
horse girl?
Yeah, the horse
Yeah.
girl. Yes. The other people you only saw briefly before they closed the doors. You went upstairs, and they seemed younger. Like young adult.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So most of the kids that I saw there, I say kids because I only saw mostly young people there. I didn't see many my age. How old would I?
How old are you? You're not
I'm
that old.
27.
Yeah. So
27.
okay.
But I'm saying I'm older than like a teen. Kid
Yeah,
or,
but some of these were probably
uh,
early 20s or something too. So
Okay. So I guess I don't know how old Cheryl is, but for the most part, they were young to me, or whatever.
okay.
But yeah, they seem to deal potentially in what you were dealing with, or are dealing with. However, the place also had some sort of creepy vibes to it. There was a lot of screaming and things
That
going
sounds,
on.
yeah, that sounds really inviting.
Sounds, yeah, I know it was not great.
Well, what do they
Kinda
teach
threw
at
me
this
off.
school?
It seems that they try to teach them how to harness their abilities through whatever is happening to them. Seems to be the general gist I got.
I don't know if that
Or at least
applies.
attempting to help them.
I don't know if that applies
Well-
to me, but do you think they? I mean, there's people with
It could be someplace
condition
that
like this.
you / we could go if you really wanted to at least check it out. However, something I was thinking about the story you told us about when you were younger. Do
Yes.
you? How vividly can you picture that moment?
Now that I've been
That
thinking about it,
situation.
well, I hadn't for some time, but now that you brought it up, I've been thinking about it quite a bit, actually. Pretty vividly.
Would you care to humor me?
Okay.
I asked her to close her eyes and like think about that moment, and I want her to put her hands like on my wrist, the way
Okay.
like she grabbed the guy, essentially.
Okay.
And I want her to do in her head, just picture that moment entirely, everything that she was like feeling and saw, and my potential thing is to see if she fucking burns my arm. Is my goal.
Okay. Make
By
a
channeling that moment where
make a
it
persuasion
happened.
check.
All right, this should be something with my 2 to it.
Damn.
21.
I'm sure it was
Hey.
just. I'm sure it was anything anyway. And she grasps your, sort of wrists.
Like I said, I did say to humor me, so
Yeah.
it is a shot in the dark type thing.
And you sort of, talk her through, like, think
yeah.
about what was happening. Think about the man
I tell
that
her
came
to,
in,
like,
that came
that-
after your
that-
mother.
Close her eyes. Don't even picture me anymore. Like picture, my hand, my arm is the man who tried to hit, who was hitting your mother.
Yes.
Who that? And then I once I think she's sort of getting in a thing, I'd silent myself so that she can sort of immerse herself in her memory.
One sec here. Yes, I can. The inn. I can think of the sounds of the inn. I can remember the noises and the smell of his breath as he was grabbing my mother. You need to make a dexterity save.
Alright. Damn it. Let me move. $25.
From her hands, searing, you feel the sudden of hiss and like a short burst of like bubbles of acid just erupt from her hands and fingertips. You quickly, like, ready in reaction, release, her wrists and, pull away from her grasp or whatever, and you'd manage to not take any damage, and just the fringes of your shirt, long shirt sleeves are singed or whatever, and she like opens her eyes up and is like staring at her hands. Are you? She can see you're all right. Like quickly, yes. I'm
actually, Evan is probably like almost ecstatic as I am, because this was like a shot in the dark. He's like, "Hey, if this works, this could be
Because that's right
kind
where I was going.
of amazing, or whatever. If it doesn't happen, at least I tell her about the place if she wants to go there, etc." But all right,
There's a long moment of silence after she immediately sees you're all right, and you're kind of just like,
I put my hand on her shoulder, and I'm just reassuring her it's all right.
Yeah.
I wanted to test this. I think there's
she doesn't
more to
seem
it.
panicked or overly concerned. As soon as she saw you were all right, she hadn't hurt you. It's something else. It's more of just sort of in thought and thinking and trying to get her head around, what has happened or whatever, and what's happening to her, and realizing there's a lot more to it. It's not just something she can cover up and hope it goes away. And there's this long moment, of the quiet, and then she sort of, looks up and, tell me more about this place. What is it called again?
I call it
Sodality
so.
of Ancient Descent.
I call it Sode.
Yeah.
Sodality
I
of
can
Ancient
show you where it is.
And, you tell her more about it, and she sort of asks you some more questions, and she agrees that it probably would be a good idea to at least check it out and see.
Also, I know it's acid, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So
Um,
that's,
Goes
that's
along with
important.
Black Dragon, right? Black Dragon.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's something. It's more information than we had, right? And that's what I'm thinking. Man, I'm so hyped about it. This is just something I've been thinking about this since last week. I was like, I just need a time to do this, and then hope
your
it
follower, Two Fingers Farnham, is now a level 1 sorcerer.
Sweet.
You're welcome.
Have we made it back at all by this point?
Eventually, you guys
Or-
come back. You talk to her more about it, and you agree at some point you should take her there.
Yeah, I tell her to let us know or let me know, and
I want
we'll
to-
go together or with
Break free.
the others,
Yeah.
whoever she wants.
And I want to give her more information on what we just found out about the source and that. About
Okay.
them.
You share
Yeah,
that with her as well?
I was gonna say when Mel comes in, I'm gonna sort of give her a motion like I need to talk to her.
Awesome. I'm there.
But until then, I just reassure that nothing is like wrong with Cheryl.
Okay.
That this is
Okay.
there's just something else.
Like I said, she doesn't seem
all have-
necessarily like freaked out or like too upset. It's more of like now maybe it was something she was just trying to maybe be a little bit in denial of, and now
It's real.
And the idea that
It's
maybe
really
this
real.
place can help, even though if it's got creepy, weird screaming in it, might at least worth talking to them. So, yeah, we could maybe just go do that real quick too, I guess. So you share with her what you learned at the scribe, as well.
Yes. Yes, I want
and
to share
th-
specifically
and
about
she shares
them and-
with you, and before Eben can even tell you like what happened. And
Oh, that's wonderful.
I don't know if it's wonderful exactly, but he was telling me about this place
Other
that
than
you
the
visited.
background, his face like it is pretty wonderful.
It goes.
My
I can
idea
understand
worked.
that it might be scary at first, perhaps. But it kind of goes along with the research that I found a little bit more about. There was a sorcerer named Antizem about 300 years ago, who was supposedly descendant from dragons. There was red dragon's blood within him, and he had red scales, very similar to what you're.
Yeah, she's like looking at the picture and reading over the research as she's listening to you.
So
He doesn't sound exactly like a very nice fellow.
Hey, do you see Zig? He's kind of a jerk.
Yeah. There we go. It takes
And
all
somehow
sorts
he's
of
a
types in
good
the
guy.
world.
Like,
there's well, we think he is. But you know, with the
Fuck
traces
you.
of chronic bloodlust.
Just hear a voice floating down the other upstairs of the inn.
About the sodality. Has Evan
Somehow
told you
Zig
about
has
the sodality of
gained the
ancient
ability
descent?
to send messages via magic, and it's just like, fuck you. But it's only one way. His magic is only one way. He doesn't want to hear what you have to say back. Yeah.
That's hysterical. Has Evan told you about the sodality of ancient descent? We might find more information
Dude.
there if you're interested.
Yeah. Yes. We were just talking about going there. Do you want to come with us?
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
All right. Well, let's go see this place, I guess. And you guys make your way.
Where are you guys going?
Yeah, you see them leaving with Cheryl, Two Fingers, as you pass by
where?
Zig sitting on his stool out front.
I need to go to the library. I forgot something there.
Oh, you don't. You're lying.
And I left.
Following them.
You're following them. All right. Are you being stealthy about it?
No.
Okay.
No or yes? I
Nope.
didn't hear that.
At first, you think that maybe Two Fingers is going to be real nervous about it because was
didn't
really
want
nervous
him to
about
know
Zig
in the
finding it
first
out. But now she seems to be walking with a confidence and not necessarily too concerned by it.
I look at her. You good with this?
He's the captain. After about a block, are you still following? 20 feet behind or something?
20 feet behind. Like 5 feet behind.
Oh, okay. You're like, you've closed it up. Two Fingers sort of turns back to you as you're still walking, saying, "We're going to visit the sodality of ancient descent."
Yes! Horse people!
She looks back at you guys, concerned, still walking. Horse people.
There's
Didn't
a
say
little
anything about
girl who
horse
has
people.
hooves. She's not a horse. She has hooves.
There's a yeah, like a half centaur. It's awesome.
She's not a centaur.
Like gallops around, like
I tell her I believe she could be like potentially satyr, fae. Ancestry or something of the sort.
he plays a lute. I don't know. She's a horse person.
And with that, you arrive at the large iron wrought gate that's in front of the house in the
Hold on a
courtyard.
second. I look around. Is there any like street vendors around here? Someone who would sell like oats.
No, not on this street. There's not as many street shops and stuff. It's a little more business, like neighborhoods
Wait.
and other things.
Why are you guys going here? Did you just want to talk to Horse Girl again and ask her more questions? I want to ask her how she uses the restroom. Like, does she just is it like a regular horse where she just goes?
I'm
in
knocking
the middle of the
on the
Can
street?
we
gate,
leave
by the
him
way,
out
or
here?
however we tried to. You're gonna stop him?
Does she, use the bucket and dump it out the window like the high class people?
Why
do?
would you ask someone that?
Because he's a rude asshole.
No, I'm saying that's what
Nothing new there.
yeah, Two Fingers
That's what I'm
says.
saying to her. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying
Okay.
to her.
Because I'm curious. I'm a curious person. How do you?
Yeah,
know
but
how
can't you
other
be
people live
curious
if you
without
don't
asking
ask?
something of somebody that's completely uncomfortable?
He seems to lack that.
So what am I
portion
supposed
of,
to do? Watch her use the restroom? How am I going to find
You
out?
don't need to know everything about everyone. It's okay for people to have some things they don't tell everyone.
Being awfully defensive right now. Do you have hooves?
No, she doesn't have who. Can you go home, Zig?
She
I
pulls
have
up like the
questions, I
sides
need
of her
answers.
shirt, like both sides, and you can see like black scales, like draconic scales, like right above her hip area.
Well, that's fancy. Does that go all the way
Not-
like to your nether regions? How do you go to the bathroom? Do you have a tail? Are you growing a tail?
So glad I'm not there.
She like puts her, thrusts it back down, sort of a frustrated like harumph.
Getting gills? If you were getting gills, I'm going to promote you on the ship because that could be really useful. Or is it wings? I might promote you on the ship anyway if it's wings. Then you could fly, and that would almost be as useful as swimming.
As you're standing
I'm
outside.
banging.
Okay.
I'm just like beating up a gate. I was like, let me in.
After you've been at the gate and you sort of little Kimmy comes out to the door, opens the door, and then sees you all. Face disappears behind the closed door for a second, and then a minute or two later comes back with the key ring up to the gate.
As soon as she pops her head out the door, I elbow.
Yeah, there's sort of a clopping
and I'm
as
like,
she hustles across the yard.
This girl, listen. And it'll be like as she comes.
It is. You can kind of hear it clopping as she this time doesn't. She sort of clops toward you. Her, whatever feet are concealed below the robes, but comes to the gate with the key ring and puts it in.
Pony, you should really just embrace that and show it off because it's awesome.
She kind of gives you like a narrow-eyed look, but not too vitriolic. Opens the gate. The headmistress said to let you in right away, and opens the gate for you guys.
So, listen, Pony Girl, she's growing scales. So I'm hoping it's a tail, or gills, or dragon wings. Maybe that would be cool. Is it dragon wings? Are you gonna be a dragon? It'd be cool.
Come inside, please.
Right?
Up. She kind of like continue your discussion in the gate. She closes.
When we're walking, I whisper to Kim if she speaks. Do you speak Sylvan?
You speak Sylvan?
I
Yes, you
speak
do.
Sylvan.
Yes, she replies. A little bit. I've been learning.
In Sylvan, I say, I'm sorry for my jerk friend.
It's okay.
This is literally how he always is.
I am not a jerk.
You don't know what I'm saying. Learn Sylvan.
I don't.
Learn Sylvan.
I'm not.
It's okay.
Learning a stupid dead language.
It's all right.
No, it's not.
Not really.
Perfectly fine. PC culture ruining Terrafax.
Sorry, I don't want to be a piece of shit to children and other people who are doing nothing but their job.
Hey, who here has told this child to embrace her difference because it's awesome? Raise hand.
After
Nobody
being a
else.
piece of
Everybody
trash.
else saying, "Oh no, hide in the dark."
Hey, I never
Away.
said hide
We
anything.
said hide in the dark. We just aren't in
I, for one, have, and there stands Headmistress Prazara with her long, dark hair with the braids, ushering you as you kind of enter the front door of the thing. That's what we tell everyone here every day. You've actually touched on a little more of the secrets of this place. Not every secret is good, and many of them are dark, but you can't turn away from them. However, there are those in the city that would persecute
I've lived my entire life
whatever
as a
those are.
freak out in the boondocks with a bunch of humans that never accepted me. I learned you just gotta go at it. Accept who you are and do your thing.
Yeah, that is.
And if they don't like it, you just leave and go to sea for years upon years upon years.
Well, that is much of what our place is about here. Though we try to create create a space for those little carved away within civilization. Not have to run away completely. Those of your bloodline are quite similar. There's many orcs, many half-orcan people, especially in this region. Many are descended from the very armies that invaded these lands during the Doom War itself. That's quite a burden to walk around with. But you seem to not have any problems, so I'm pretty sure you do not need shelter here or anything from us. What does bring you here today?
They were just not telling me where they were going, so I was following them. And then they told me they were coming here, and I wanted to see Kimmy.
Kimmy,
Because I have some questions for her.
don't
I'm
let
curious.
him ask any questions. Don't let him ask you any questions.
In Sylvan, I say be prepared for his
Run.
nonsense.
And hide.
Kimmy, why don't you see if we can bring them anything? And I'll bring some water. And if there's any, are you hungry?
Hey, look, if I'm not allowed to ask questions, I'm just going to leave.
You can ask a
I think
question.
we all turn around and look at him.
You can ask a question if you make me a
Go,
promise.
What's your promise?
What's your
What do you-
question?
Well, you got to tell me what I got to promise first.
You have to promise after you ask your question.
Uh-oh.
Little girl logic.
That's not how the
That's
world
how
works.
that is how it works.
No, it isn't. Stop it. Fine.
And you have to pinky swear.
Pick me up, Daddy.
Do you have,
That's
do you have,
that'd be creepy.
do you have human hands or do you have hoofs?
Is that your
Now I have
question?
hands. You've seen her hands. She's opened the gates.
You've
No,
seen her.
No, you want to see?
That was not my question. That was a trick.
Now you got a problem.
She like kind of undoes the she has like a robe, but she can open up sort of the bottom, and she has got like goat long legs with full amount of fur and everything on them, and full hooves on her lower body.
And it's a really good thing that Reginald is not here, or there would be an incident.
It all comes full circle.
That's goddamn.
I'm gonna have to tell him I found him the perfect one
Oh god, that's
because
really creepy.
She's like 10.
She's
Well, I'm
lower
not
than that,
saying
but
right
still.
now.
A few years.
I'm not saying right now.
See,
Not open.
I can
How
run.
high up does that go?
I can run faster than most of the other kids.
I bet you can. I bet you can kick the crap out of them too. You ever try that? Just put your hands on the ground and just kick your rear legs up
Yeah.
and smack them in the face.
Yeah.
Start with Zig.
Except it's like a nut shot based on
So,
height.
is that your question?
Ping.
Damn it.
My question is, how high up does that go? How
Just
high?
Right here, and
Are you like
you can see that.
quarters go?
No, it's like right
Or
up
you-
above her, right up above her waist. She's got fur below her hip or waistline, basically.
So, what do you eat?
That's 2 questions.
Shut up, Ellison.
Regular stuff. Mostly
Like meat?
vegetables. I don't really like too much meat. Mostly vegetables, but whatever.
So it's more regular poop and not horse poop, right? That's
You wanted
my
to ask
question.
me about my poop?
Can I?
And Headmistress Prazara kind of like she kind of holds her hand to her mouth with a little bit of a snicker. I guess you told me you could ask me any question. You want to ask me about my poop? Dude, what are you, 5? It's regular poop. I don't know. I've never seen anybody else's poop. I don't really look at poop.
You've never seen anybody else's poop?
Well, I mean, It's
I
not
was
something.
swimming around in it the other day.
Now you have to promise. She holds up like her pinky out on one hand, regular pinky.
Pinky.
You have to
walk with
not
her.
tell anybody about this place.
I'm not going to tell anybody about this place.
There's people that will come here.
Promise.
You can't tell anyone.
Tell you what. Here's my promise. If people come here to do something, I'll show up and I'll stick my hammer so far up their ass they'll look like some weird walking three-legged monster.
Done. I go get that water and some fruit. And she clip-clops off to the back where she went before to go get you guys like a tray of glass of water.
Behind him, Evan actually smiles at him.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
saying that.
Headmistress
My
Prazar is
curiosity
kind of
is-
sitting, just sort of watching everything. She's quite a smart young child. Not taken as much to music, but more to history. I'm not sure what she'll do yet, but something. She's very smart. Who knows? Maybe she'll run this place someday. Is that really what brought you here? To talk to little Kimmy?
No.
That brought maybe what brought him here.
What brought me here? Well, that and wondering where they were going. But when I found out they were coming here, I wanted to talk to her. Because I needed to know that.
We brought our friend Cheryl to ask some questions.
Oh, yeah, she's growing into a dragon. So,
Sure. Steal all my thunder. Yes, I'm got some scales, I guess. She kind of looks at you guys, making sure, and it seems that it's okay to talk to her.
I give her a nod.
not.
She she shows her. My name's Two Fingers, and then she starts to look down at take a close look at the scales. And when she says that, she stops and looks at her. What kind of name is Two Fingers?
the name you get on a
Sailor's
ship.
name.
It's the name you get on a ship when you only have 2 fingers.
Ah, she sort of holds it
sim-
out.
It's a simple life.
Then she goes back to checking out the. Oh yes, definitely draconic. And I assume you've shown some other magical ability of some kind. Maybe you can't control it. Well, yes. Sometimes able to spray acid out of my hands. This is very typical. We see this every so often. You need to learn to harness it, learn to control the nature of it. Sorceress magic can flow in many different ways. Many sorcerers can't control it all. When they release it, they don't know where it will go. The magic, and many are born with these abilities either from some confluence or accident in their history with magical nature itself, but others it comes from their bloodline themselves. And a number of sorcerers have been of draconic bloodlines. Your origins give you this power. And then she kind of looks around to all of you, kind of like, just with a look of like, yeah, you did the right thing, kind of look. If you wish, and your friends vouch for you, you're welcome to study here. We can show you how to harness that magic. But you do not need to, if you do not wish. Know that there's nothing to fear in terms of what's occurring there. That there shouldn't be any physical risk, but not learning to control the magic itself could be risky. Cheryl kind of looks around to the group, and Kimmy comes clopping back with a tray with some glasses of water and some simple fruit for you guys.
Thank you, Kimmy.
And am I free to leave if I stay here, or what if I change my mind? And Headmistress Prazara says, "Yes, you know." God damn it! I know that was Zig. I heard
I totally missed
horse music or something. Oh no! I got followers. Hey,
That wasn't me.
no, it's the willow. Oh, it's the willow sound for my follower. Welcome. Anyway, you. Of course, you may leave at any time. There's no rules or restrictions. Though, as Kimmy sort of entreated to you, we really don't want people coming and going at all times. We tend to stick inside, just so there's not tons of traffic coming in and out. We don't really want outsiders coming in. And she gives a look specifically to Zig. We're not ashamed of who we are here, but there are many followers of many gods and
Yeah, you fuck.
sects and religions that, and even the Order of Magus themselves know that we are here, but they tolerate us. But in our minds, we're not practicing true magic, and so we've just agreed to not extend too much influence. We have other schools and places outside of the city where people can visit as well. So, yes, of course, you're free to go anytime. And so Cheryl says, well then, I think I will give it a try. As long as I can, return to my friends, and you'll let me know if you're leaving port, right? And
Find out how much of a
Yeah, of
dragon
course.
you're going to turn into. Because I want to know if it's like 50% dragon, or you're going to get wings, you're going to grow a tail, like you're going to be able to breathe fire. That would be cool too. That might get you another promotion.
thank you. Thank you, she says.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah, to you.
Like Melson, no.
Yes, to you, because I mean, she was a little bit afraid that you might say she's not welcome to return.
We're off the boat.
Yeah,
As well.
exactly.
Hey, she's already proven herself to be a sailor. I don't care if she's a dragon sailor or a... Now, if Melisande started turning into a dragon, there might be issues.
Pretty
Much worthless on a boat.
I'm learning.
How do you have pleasant to swap? the
So
dragon?
you bid. Do you have any other questions for Headmistress Prazara, or no more
No,
to
but I
Kimmy?
hang back
Kimmy's already
a
answered your
little bit.
questions.
I hang back a little bit, and in Infernal, I say, if you do need our help, we're at the 9 Pines.
No, we aren't.
Well,
No,
it's
we're
what
at
she'll
the
remember.
Hydra's
She won't know.
Lament.
Okay.
She won't know what the Hydra's Lament is.
Understood,
until it
she
becomes the
replies.
Hydra's Lament.
And so you leave 2 fingers there to study, and she will get her character sheet adjusted later. So
I tell her, you know where to find us if you need us.
right around the corner, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. So Eldak, anything? They all left. At one point, you just kind of came downstairs, and they were all gone.
Sounds about right. No one tells me anything. So
Says the guy who left, snuck out a window.
you don't know. I
I do know you left because you came back in with Cinnabons, and that would be an automatic noticeable thing. Oh, you didn't walk past me, but somehow the guy who is always up before everyone else, you are suddenly coming in. I didn't see you leave, and you have Cinnabons. Psh, psh, I know you left. I just didn't confront you about it because I'm not a jerk. I was just like, I
Damn.
appreciate a Cinnabon.
That's a call out.
But it's out of game, so it's okay.
In other news, they have Cinnabons here.
Yeah, the cinnamon rolls we've had.
I've
They were pretty
I
good.
you some back.
I don't remember
Or
having
did
cinnamon rolls.
Sharkbait eat all of yours?
I was probably asleep.
No, you were.
It's like when you open up a box of donuts at the job and then they're all gone and it's just the one shitty one left and you're like, son of a bitch. I don't want any of these. I can't do it.
Somebody needs to be beaten for this.
So yeah, we head back.
Okay.
Maybe.
Got Cinnabons.
I don't know, like I said, I don't know if
That's-
Eldeck is
No,
doing
That's-
that
Yeah,
good anything.
I sent you what I wanted to do, Hans.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Better bring back cinnamon bun.
I mean,
It's possible.
I'm going to a bakery, so
Old Lady's Bakery?
Okay.
I want one of those
Perfect.
She smacked my head.
Okay. So seeing everyone's out, you're gonna make that stop. First one there.
Yeah.
I don't think that needs a private thing, do you?
no.
Okay. So you head off over to the sort of the. It's actually similar, close to where they actually are. Actually, it's back in the back
Yeah, it
streets in the levee ward, and you locate the bakery. And knocking and open the door, there's the sort of chubby grandmotherly woman cooking pies.
I would like a moonberry pie.
Ah, very good. Come right in then. Close the door behind you. The latch is hidden right above the door frame. Make sure to click it open before you go down. Or, you know, she goes back to making pies.
All right.
You step in the narrow staircase and search above and fumble with a hidden latch. And go down the narrow staircase down into the underground second level of the buried city down there, where there's like the three houses.
Oh. Ellison does not have permission to.
I know. I can't post a link.
Yeah,
Will you post a link to both? Can you post it?
I can. No, probably not. I'm
Post the
not.
link to
I'm not a
multiplayer.
moderator into his channel.
Yeah, I can't even post in my own channel. I don't know why.
Wow.
Funny.
I'm trying to chat. I'm trying to say something, but I don't know.
See, people come on my channel, I give them the multi-link and a shout out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to type and I just hit enter and it just says it won't let me type in the chat. I don't understand why.
These are all my viewers. Mwahaha. Anyway,
A couple of the members of the Breakwater gang are sort of hanging around there, seeing you come down the stairs. You see Skeller, the one of the guys that was with you a couple times that led you down toward the tunnels. Hey there, what's going on, mate?
How's it going? And I'll shake his hand.
Yeah. He shakes it back.
getting texts from my wife to check on the kids. Apparently, they're making noise
Oh,
upstairs.
Lord.
So I'll be right back.
Okay.
So, what you need? Come on into the
Checking up on everything.
house. Yeah, he takes you into
How's
the
everything
second
been?
house over that's got some lights on in it. And inside there's tables. A couple other members are sitting in there. Not Cliven. Another man you don't recognize, and Trix, the half-elven woman with long dark hair. They're looking over some papers on like a barrel that's sitting up on end. This room is filled with, there's a number of barrels and shelves and packages, and it's kind of stocked with a lot of supplies and things. And when you open the door and they see you come in, they kind of roll up the papers a little bit with whatever they were looking at. But they both say hi.
How's life been down here?
Quiet.
I'm more so referring to any stiletto activity and bothering them.
It's still a bit edgy. Yeah, we found 3 of them on the edge north up Pelham the other night. It's not really our thing to skirmish in the streets, but now using the tunnels, we can keep an eye on them a lot better. Make sure they're not just completely overrunning the streets. At some point, we're going to need a better solution, though. I mean, they're just thugs. There's no class to them. Yeah.
Probably would be better that they weren't a thing.
Not really looking for an all-out street war, though, but anyway, I thought you might come by. Come on over here. And he takes you over to the side of one of the shelves where there's like a lot of packages and moves a couple packages out of the way. There's some more concealed spaces back there. I assume you'd be looking for something. He pulls out. There's a couple boxes back there, and he pulls out one, and he puts it down sort of on a barrel nearby, and he's like, "We've got a whole selection of tools here, different kinds, and you can see different thieves' tools, kits. Many of them for picking locks. Some of them more specialized in traps and like small pry bars and stuff you mostly already have, though, in your bag of tricks, so to speak." You looking for tools of the trade? Something else?
Just a couple things. Do you happen to have a poisoner's kit?
You can hear Trix laughs a little bit too. Yeah. He puts that box away and he rummages another compartment back there and pulls out another box. Yes, and he opens up the lid of it, and inside there's a number of other things inside. You want an actual kit to brew your own stuff, or some starting materials to make what you need. We've got some stuff here, and he opens up a small like wooden box. It's pretty plain and unadorned. And inside there's a number of different ground herbs and things to make various types of poison from. Enough to make a couple doses of different kinds. Take a look at this and see if this is what you need. Mostly you can restock your stuff once you know what you're looking for. Often at a magic user or wizard supply store too, they think you're buying it for some spells or something, but half that stuff can be used for poisons as well.
The less they know, the better.
I have no idea how much a poisoner's kit costs.
It's probably like 25 gold, but I'll
Yeah,
look it
that's
up.
what I was gonna say. You want to look at? Thank you. I'm looking at my sheet. I got a printed list right in front of my camera that's like all kinds of prices, but it doesn't have that on it. So, got a couple other things you might be interested in then too. And he takes out another long, this one more elaborate box, and sets it down, opens it up. I've got quite a bit of a pre-brewed concoctions here for whatever you might need. Pure death, a little bit of knockout, whatever. Oh, this is probably the most deadly we have. And he pulls out, and there's like 3 small little like circular things you might find like lip balm or something with a little top, like Carmex size wooden thing. Opens it up, and there's like a dark paste inside. It's just a little bit of graininess to it. On the lid is like a darkened, almost like a 5-pointed leaf with like a red outline. This stuff is the deadliest poison I've ever seen. 1 dose on your weapon.
It's 50 gold.
Okay. 1 dose. Pretty much guaranteed to put any but the strongest of men down. Slip it in something, food and drink. Get them to consume it. It's pretty much tasteless and will dissolve and can't really be detected. The only way you'll ever know that this poison was given to someone is for a few moments after their death, their eyes will look completely black.
How much for that in the kit?
For one of these, it's 50 gold, and the poisoner's kit's another 50.
I'll take it.
All right. The small thing, he says, that right there should be, I would probably, if you want to make sure the job's done, one whole dose. But it is very deadly. All right, so you're the owner of a poisoner's kit.
Yeah, but
And as you pick it up, and the symbol doesn't look familiar to you, but his description is ringing in your head, and all you can think about is the dreams you've been having down that hallway, opening the door, and the dark eyes, if you remember.
yep, I do.
And that's where we'll finish up tonight. You've got a sorceress now aboard the sorceress.
What would I mark down this poison as?
It is called...
Deadly poison.
No, it has a name. I'm sorry. It's called...
Well, I still think we just need to get Ruakar
Fey Needle.
Yeah, I know.
playing as a druid or
Fey needle?
mage or something.
Yeah. Yeah, he tells you it's supposedly made from a pine tree that grows only in the Feywild. Causes the whole body to shut down. Incredibly deadly and often undetectable. We can't even make this. This is from a broker in the north. Briefian.
I appreciate it. And if you ever need more help, you know
Of course. All right. Now, I need to figure out why I can't chat in my own channel. I mean, how I don't toggle chat? Toggle chat? No.
To get the message about reconnecting or whatever.
No, it just like it won't let me hit enter on the thing. Well, whoever was in my chat has left anyway, but was Ruakar watching? Sweet.
Rue was watching on bot. Did he say hi on your?
No, but he's in.
Oh, I see what it. I know. Figured out what it is.
The multi-stream link got thrown up in my chat. I think he clicked on that after.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Question it.
Chrome is trying to stop me from doing it because of it. That's why there's like a security setting. You're attempting to send hi in bot 5K's chat via embedded version of Twitch chat. Are you sure you want to do this? Okay.
Oh, Hans just said welcome in my chat.
Well, now if I can only say to my chat. Well, I'm just trying to figure out why I can't chat. It's kind of weird. But in any event.
See, this is what I